My dear friends, I want you to clear your mind of all preconceptions. Forget everything you think you know about how the world works, about cause and effect, about struggle and achievement. For the next hour or so, I invite you to open yourself to a new understanding, a new way of being in the world that is as effortless as it is powerful. The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, the very fabric of your reality, all of this is nothing more than an outward projection of your inner state of consciousness. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions about yourself and the world. These are the true creators of your experience. Now, many of you may have heard this before. You may even intellectually accept it as true. But tonight, I want you to go beyond mere intellectual understanding. I want you to feel this truth in the very marrow of your bones. For it is only when you truly internalize this principle that you can begin to grasp the immense power that lies dormant within you. Consider for a moment the natural world around us. Does a seed struggle to become a tree? Does it strain and push against the soil, forcing itself to grow? Of course not. The seed simply is, and in being it becomes. It contains within itself the perfect pattern of its full expression. And given the right conditions, it naturally and effortlessly grows into that expression. You, my dear friends, are no different. You too contain within you the seed of your desires, the perfect pattern of your ideal life. And just like the seed, you do not need to force your desires into being. You need only to provide the right conditions for their natural unfoldment. But what are these conditions, you may ask? They are nothing more, nothing less than your state of consciousness. Your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs. These are the soil in which the seeds of your desires take root and grow. Now let us delve deeper into what it means to force things in your life. When you force, you're operating from a place of lack, of desperation. You're saying to the universe, I do not have what I want, and I must struggle and strive to get it. But in doing so, you are affirming the very lack you seek to overcome. Think about it. If you truly believe that you already possess what you desire, would you need to force it? Of course not. You would simply relax into the knowing that it is already yours. This, my friends, is the great secret, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the absolute conviction that what you desire is already yours. This is the key that unlocks the door to your desires. But how? You may wonder, can we cultivate this feeling of the wish fulfilled? How can we convince ourselves of something that does not yet appear to be true in our outer world? The answer lies in the power of your imagination. Your imagination, dear ones, is not some frivolous faculty for daydreaming. It is the very workshop in which your reality is forged. What you imagine with feeling, with conviction, becomes the blueprint that your outer world must inevitably conform to. So instead of forcing, instead of struggling and striving, I urge you to use your imagination. Create a scene in your mind that implies the fulfillment of your desire. Make it as vivid and as real as you possibly can. Engage all your senses. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude that would be yours if your desire were already fulfilled. This is the crucial part. You must persist in this imaginal act. You must return to it again and again, not with effort or strain, but with the calm assurance that what you're imagining is, in fact, your reality. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Neville, surely we must take action in the world to achieve our goals. And to this I say yes, action is indeed necessary. But it is inspired action, effortless action, action that flows naturally from your changed state of consciousness. When you have truly assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you will find that the right actions present themselves to you. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. The people and circumstances necessary for the realization of your desire will be drawn to you by an invisible force. This, my friends, is the law in operation. It is not something external to you, not some capricious force that must be appeased or manipulated. It is simply the way consciousness expresses itself in the world of force. Let me give you an example to illustrate this principle. Imagine a young man who desires to be wealthy. If he operates from a consciousness of lack, he might force himself to work long hours. to scrimp and save every penny to pursue get-rich-quick schemes. He might even achieve a measure of financial success through these methods. But at what cost? His life becomes a constant struggle, a never-ending battle against scarcity. But suppose this same young man were to change his consciousness. Suppose he were to assume the feeling of being wealthy. He would imagine himself living in abundance, enjoying financial freedom, sharing his wealth generously. He would persist in this assumption until it became a conviction, a knowing. What would happen then? He might be inspired to start a business that aligns perfectly with his talents and passions. He might encounter a mentor who guides him to lucrative opportunities. He might even receive an unexpected inheritance or windfall. The specifics don't matter. What matters is that his outer world would inevitably conform to his inner conviction of wealth. All of this would unfold naturally, effortlessly. There would be no need for force, no need for struggle. The young man would simply follow the path that naturally opens up before him, guided by his inner knowing of abundance. This, my dear friends, is what I mean when I say don't force anything. It's not about passivity or inaction. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of life, with the law that governs all things. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Neville, what about the challenges and obstacles we face in life? Surely we must overcome these through effort and struggle. You call challenges and obstacles are nothing more than the outpicturing of your own limiting beliefs and assumptions. When you force against these apparent obstacles, you are in fact reinforcing the very consciousness that created them. You are saying to the universe, yes, this is real, this is solid, this is something I must fight against. And in doing so, you give it even more power over you. But what if, instead of forcing against these obstacles, you were to simply assume that they do not exist? What if you were to live from the assumption that the path to your desire is clear and open? You would find, much to your amazement, that the obstacles dissolve of their own accord, or that solutions present themselves with ease and grace. Remember, my friends, the outer world is nothing more than a shadow, a reflection of your inner state. Change the inner, and the outer must follow. Now let's consider another aspect of this principle of not forcing. Many of you, in your quest for spiritual growth and understanding, may have encountered teachings that emphasize discipline, effort, and control. You may have been told that you must force yourself to think positive thoughts, that you must struggle against negative emotions, that you must exert iron control over your mind. But I say to you, this too is a form of forcing, and it is ultimately counterproductive. For in attempting to control your thoughts and emotions through sheer willpower, you are implicitly affirming their power over you. You are saying these thoughts, these emotions are real and powerful. Instead, I urge you to simply observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, without resistance. See them for what they are, temporary states of consciousness that have no power other than that which you give them. And then gently but firmly, turn your attention to the state you wish to embody. This is not forcing, but allowing. Is not struggle, but surrender to your true self, to the God within you that is the source of all creation. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, when I first began to explore these truths, I found myself in dire financial straits. Bills were piling up, creditors were calling, and I could see no way out of my predicament. My first instinct was to force a solution. I worked longer hours, I scrimped and saved, I worried and fretted, but the more I forced, the worse my situation became. It was as if the universe was conspiring against me, closing every door I tried to push open. Then, in a moment of quiet desperation, I remembered the truth I had been studying. I realized that my outer circumstances were merely a reflection of my inner state of lack and limitation. And in that moment, I made a decision to change my inner. Instead of focusing on my apparent lack, I began to imagine myself as financially secure. I created a scene in my imagination where I was paying my bills with ease, where money flowed to me abundantly, where I lived in a state of joyful prosperity. At first, it felt like pretending, but I persisted. Night after night, I would fall asleep in this imaginal scene. I would carry the feeling of financial abundance with me throughout my day. I refused to be moved by the apparent facts of my outer world. And then, my friends, the miracle occurred. Within a matter of weeks, my financial situation began to change. A business opportunity presented itself that I would never have noticed in my previous state of consciousness. Money began to flow from unexpected sources. Before I knew it, all my debts were paid, and I was living in the very state of prosperity I had imagined. None of this required force or struggle on my part. Once I had changed my inner state, the outer circumstances of my life rearranged themselves naturally, effortlessly, to match that state. All I had to do was to follow the promptings of my intuition, to take the inspired actions that naturally arose from my new state of consciousness. This, my dear friends, is the power that lies within each and every one of you. You do not need to force your good into being. You need only to assume the feeling of already being, doing, or having that which you desire. The rest will follow as naturally as day follows night. Now, I can sense that some of you may be struggling with this concept. You may be thinking, but Neville, I've tried to imagine my desires as fulfilled, and nothing has changed. Am I doing something wrong? Be patient with yourself. Remember, you are undoing a lifetime of habitual thinking and feeling. You are challenging deeply ingrained beliefs about the nature of reality itself. This is no small task, and it may take time and persistence. But do not mistake persistence for force. Persistence is simply the consistent application of a principle. It is returning again and again to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, not with strain or effort, but with calm assurance. Think of it this way. When you plant a seed in the ground, you dig it up every day to see if it's growing. Of course not. You trust in the natural process of growth. You provide the right conditions, water, sunlight, fertile soil, and then you allow the seed to do what it naturally does. Your desires are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Provide the right conditions, the feeling of fulfillment, the assumption of already being what you wish to be, and then allow the natural process of manifestation to unfold. This allowing, this trust in the law, is the very opposite of forcing. It is a state of relaxed awareness, of knowing that what is yours must inevitably come to you. Now, let us address another common misconception. Some of you may be thinking, but Neville, if I don't force things, if I don't strive and struggle, won't I become lazy and unproductive? My dear friends, nothing could be further from the truth. When you align yourself with the law, when you live from the state of the wish fulfilled, you will find yourself more energized, more inspired, more productive than ever before. But it will be a different kind of productivity. It will not be the frantic activity of someone driven by fear and lack. It will be the joyful, purposeful activity of someone who knows their own power, who trusts in the perfect unfoldment of their good. You see, when you force, you are operating from your limited egoic self. You are trying to make things happen through sheer willpower. But when you allow, when you trust in the law, you are aligning yourself with the infinite power of your true self, of the God within you. And this power, my friends, is limitless. It knows no bounds. It can accomplish in a moment what might take years of forced effort. But it operates according to spiritual principles, not material ones. It responds not to your actions, but to your state of consciousness. So I urge you, let go of the need to force. Let go of the belief that struggle and strain are necessary for achievement. Instead, cultivate the art of allowing. Learn to live in the state of the wish fulfilled, no matter what your outer circumstances may be telling you. This is not always easy, I know. The world around you may seem to contradict your inner knowing at every turn. But remember, the outer world is only a shadow. It is your inner world that is the reality, the causative force. Stand firm in your assumption. No matter what the evidence of your senses may tell you, no matter what others may say, hold fast to the truth of your imaginal act. For it is this, and this alone, that has the power to reshape your world. Now, let me address a question that often arises when I speak of these principles. Some of you may be wondering, but Neville, what about the suffering in the world? What about injustice and inequality? Surely we must take action to change these things. We must take action. But it must be inspired action, action that springs from a changed consciousness. For if we act from the same consciousness that created these conditions, we will only perpetuate them, no matter how noble our intentions. If you wish to change the world, my friends, you must first change yourself. You must first embody the change you wish to see. For the outer world is nothing more than a reflection of the inner states of the collective consciousness. Imagine a world where every individual understood and applied these principles. Imagine a world where each person lived from the state of their wish fulfilled, where no one felt the need to force or struggle or compete. Can you see how radically different such a world would be? This, my dear friends, is the great work to which we are all called. It is not a work of outer reform, but of inner transformation. It is not a work of force, but of allowing the divine pattern within each of us to unfold naturally and perfectly. And make no mistake, this work begins with you. Right here, right now. In this very moment, you have the power to change your world by changing your consciousness. You have the power to let go of force and embrace the art of allowing. So I challenge you, my friends. For the next week, commit to living from the state of your wish fulfilled. Choose one desire, one change you wish to see in your life. Create a scene that implies the fulfillment of this desire. Make it as vivid and as real as you can. Then every night before you sleep, enter into this scene. Feel it, live it, make it so real that when you open your eyes, you're almost surprised to find yourself back in your present circumstances. But don't stop there. Carry the feeling of fulfillment with you throughout your day. No matter what your outer world shows you, hold fast to your inner knowing. Don't force, don't struggle, simply allow. And watch, my friends, watch how your world begins to change. Watch how doors open that you never knew existed. Watch how the very circumstances of your life rearrange themselves to match your new state of consciousness. This is the law in action. This is the power that has been given to you, that lies dormant within you, waiting to be awakened. Remember, you are not some helpless victim of circumstance. You are not at the mercy of external forces. You are the operant power in your world. You are the God of your universe, creating your reality with every thought, every feeling, every assumption. So choose wisely, my friends. Choose to live from the end. Choose to embody the state of your wish fulfilled. Choose to trust in the law, to allow your good to flow to you naturally and effortlessly. For in this choice lies your freedom. In this choice lies your power. In this choice lies the key to creating the life you truly desire. And as we come to the close of our talk this evening, I want to leave you with one final thought. The principle we've discussed, don't force anything, is not just a technique for manifesting your desires. It is a way of life, a state of being that aligns you with the very rhythm of the universe. When you cease to force, when you learn to allow, you open yourself to the infinite intelligence that pervades all things. You become a channel through which the divine can express itself in the world. And in this state of allowance, of surrender to your highest self, you will find a peace and a joy that no outer circumstance can shake. You will move through life with grace and ease, knowing that all is well, that all is unfolding perfectly according to the divine pattern within you. So go forth, my dear friends, and apply what you have learned. Let go of force. Embrace the art of allowing and watch as miracles unfold in your life. For you are the miracle, you are the power, you are the divine made manifest. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Let us begin by understanding that your home, your sacred space, is not merely a physical structure of brick and mortar. It is a living, breathing extension of your own mind. Every object within its walls, every picture hung, every trinket displayed, is imbued with the power of your attention and belief. These items are not inert. They are active participants in the grand drama of your life, playing roles assigned to them by your imagination. What we commonly refer to as demons are nothing more than undesirable states of consciousness, negative patterns of thought and emotion that we have allowed to take root in our minds. These demons do not exist outside of us. They are not separate entities lurking in the shadows. They are creations of our own making, given life by our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. The items in your home that attract demons are those that reinforce these negative states of consciousness. They are the physical anchors for the undesirable conditions in your life. But remember, it is not the items themselves that possess any inherent power. It is the meaning you assign to them, the stories you tell yourself about them, that give them their influence over your life. Consider for a moment a broken mirror. In many cultures, this is considered an item of bad luck, said to bring 7 years of misfortune. But ask yourself, does the mirror itself hold any power? Is there some mystical force contained within its shattered surface? Of course not. The power lies in the belief, in the expectation of misfortune that arises whenever you gaze upon that broken reflection. If you accept the idea that a broken mirror brings bad luck, if you feel a sense of dread or unease every time you pass by it, then you are in essence inviting that negative state of consciousness into your life. You are opening the door to the demon of misfortune, allowing it to take up residence in your home and your mind. But here's the liberating truth. You have the power to change this. You can remove these demon-attracting items from your home, not by physically discarding them, but by changing your relationship to them, by altering your perception, by refusing to give them power over your emotional state. You can transform these objects from harbingers of negativity into new neutral or even positive influences in your life. Let us consider another common household item that is often associated with negative energy: clocks that no longer work. Many people believe that a stopped clock brings stagnation into their lives, that it somehow freezes progress and growth. But I ask you, is it the clock that has stopped, or is it your own sense of forward momentum? The stop clock becomes a demon attractor only when you allow it to remind you of wasted time, of opportunities lost, of dreams unfulfilled. But what if instead you chose to see that stop clock as a reminder that time is an illusion, that the eternal now is all that truly exists? What if you used it as a symbol of your power to step outside the relentless march of minutes and hours to access the timeless realm of pure potential? You see, the power to transform these demon-attracting items lies entirely within you. It is your consciousness, your imagination, that gives them their significance. And just as easily as you can imbue an object with negative associations, you can infuse it with positive, uplifting energy. Now let us turn our attention to another category of items that are often said to attract negative energies: sharp objects. Knives, scissors, needles. These are tools that many believe should not be left out in the open, lest they cut the positive flow of energy in a home. But again, I urge you to look beyond the physical nature of these objects and consider the beliefs you hold about them. A knife, in its essence, is a tool of transformation. It has the power to divide, yes, but also to create. In the hands of a skilled chef, a knife becomes an instrument of culinary artistry. In the hands of a surgeon, it becomes a tool of healing. The knife itself is neutral. It is our perception and use of it that determines its impact on our lives. If you see a knife and feel fear, if you associate it only with violence or harm, then indeed it may become a conduit for negative energy in your home. But what if you chose to see that knife as a symbol of your own power to cut through illusions, to slice away the unnecessary, to carve out a life of beauty and purpose? In doing so, you transform it from a demon attractor into a talisman of personal power and positive change. The same principle applies to all sharp objects in your home. Scissors can be seen as tools of division or they can represent your ability to cut ties with limiting beliefs and relationships that no longer serve you. Needles can be viewed as instruments of pain, or they can symbolize your power to mend, to create, to weave the fabric of your desired reality. It is not the objects themselves that need to be removed from your home. It is the negative associations, the limiting beliefs, the fearful expectations that must be cast out. And this process of removal happens not in the physical world, but in the realm of your imagination. Now let us address another category of items often believed to attract negative energies, mirrors. We've already touched upon the superstition surrounding broken mirrors, but even intact mirrors are sometimes viewed with suspicion. Some believe that mirrors can act as portals, allowing negative entities to enter our homes. Others warn against sleeping with a mirror facing the bed, claiming it can disturb our rest and drain our energy. But I say to you, a mirror is nothing more than a reflective surface. It has no power to invite or repel any form of energy, negative or positive. The only thing a mirror can reflect is what already exists, and that includes the contents of your own mind. If you look into a mirror and see something frightening, if you feel a sense of unease or dread, it is not because the mirror is a portal for demons. It is because you are confronting aspects of yourself that you have not yet fully accepted or integrated. The demons you perceive are nothing more than fragmented parts of your own psyche, crying out for acknowledgement and healing. Instead of removing mirrors from your home, I encourage you to use them as tools for self-reflection and growth. When you gaze into a mirror, do so with the intention of seeing your divine self, the perfect whole and complete being that you truly are. Use the mirror as a reminder of your own creative power, of your ability to shape your reality through the power of your imagination. If you find yourself troubled by your reflection, if you see imperfections or flaws that disturb you, remember that you have the power to change what you see, not by altering your physical appearance, but by shifting your perception, by choosing to see yourself through the eyes of love and acceptance. The mirror, like every other object in your home, is a blank canvas upon which you project your belief states and expectations. Choose to make it a reflection of your highest self, a reminder of your inherent divinity, and it will become a source of positive energy and inspiration in your life. Let us now turn our attention to another category of items often associated with negative energy, inherited objects or antiques. Many people believe that old items, especially those passed down through generations, can carry the energetic imprints of their previous owners. They fear that these objects might bring outdated patterns, unresolved conflicts, or even the demons of their ancestors into their homes. But I say to you, an object has no power to carry or transmit energy unless you believe it does. An antique chair is just a chair. A family heirloom is just an object until you assign it meaning through your imagination. The power lies not in the item itself, but in the story you tell yourself about it. If you receive an inherited item and immediately associate it with family trauma or generational struggles, then indeed it may become a conduit for those negative patterns in your life. But what if you chose to see that same item as a symbol of your family's resilience, as a testament to the strength and endurance of those who came before you? What if you used it as a reminder of your power to break negative cycles, to heal ancestral wounds, to create a new legacy for future generations? The choice is yours. You can remove these items from your home if they truly bring you discomfort. But I suggest a different approach. Instead of discarding these links to your past, why not use them as anchors for a new narrative? Imagine infusing them with your highest aspirations, your most positive intentions for yourself and your lineage. In doing so, You transform them from potential demon attractors into powerful talismans of generational healing and positive transformation. Let us address a category of items that many consider to be protective against negative energies, but which can, paradoxically, become attractors of the very things they're meant to repel: religious or spiritual objects. Crucifixes, statues of deities, sacred texts, crystals, these are all items that people often use with the intention of warding off demons or negative energies. But here's a truth that may challenge your current beliefs. These objects, in and of themselves, have no inherent protective power. A crucifix is just two intersecting lines until you imbue it with meaning. A crystal is just a pretty rock until you assign it spiritual significance. A statue is just shaped stone or metal until you decide it represents a divine being. The power of these objects lies not in their physical form, but in your belief in them. And herein lies the potential. If you believe these objects to protect you from negative energies, you are in essence affirming the reality and power of those negative forces. You are saying to the universe, I am vulnerable, I am at risk. I need protection from these demons that I believe exist and have power over me. In doing so, you may inadvertently be attracting the very energies you're trying to repel. Not because the objects themselves are demon attractors, but because your belief in the need for protection stems from a place of fear, of lack of vulnerability. And what we fear, what we constantly guard against, has a way of manifesting in our experience. Instead of relying on external objects for protection, I urge you to recognize the divine power that resides within you. You are not a vulnerable being in need of protection from external forces. You are a creator, a divine being made in the image and likeness of God. The only demons that can affect you are those that you give power to through your own imagination and belief. If you choose to keep religious or spiritual objects in your home, do so not out of fear or a need for protection, but as reminders of your own divinity. Let a crucifix remind you of the power of love and forgiveness. Let a crystal remind you of the beauty and perfection inherent in all of creation. Let a statue of a deity remind you of the God-like qualities that reside within you. By shifting your perspective in this way, you transform these objects from crutches that support a belief in your own vulnerability into powerful symbols of your inherent divinity and creative power. You remove their status as potential demon attractors and turn them into beacons of positive, life-affirming energy in your home. Now let us delve into a category of items that many consider to be particularly potent attractors of negative energy. Objects associated with the occult or magical practices. Ouija boards, tarot cards, spell books. These are items that often inspire fear and unease, even in those who don't believe in their efficacy. But I say to you, there is no inherent power in these objects. A Ouija board is just a piece of wood with letters and numbers printed on it. Tarot cards are just pieces of paper with images. Spell books are just collections of words. They have no more power to attract demons or negative energies than a children's board game or a deck of playing cards. The power that people attribute to these items comes entirely from their own beliefs and expectations. If you believe that a Ouija board can open a portal to a dark realm, if you approach it with fear and trepidation, then you are creating the very conditions for a negative experience. You are in essence scripting a horror movie in your mind and then projecting it onto a harmless object. But what if you chose to see these items differently? What if, instead of fearing them, you recognize them as tools for introspection and self-discovery? A Ouija board could be seen as a means of accessing your own subconscious mind, of bringing hidden thoughts and feelings to the surface. Tarot cards could be viewed as prompts for self-reflection, as mirrors that reflect different aspects of your psyche. Spell books could be understood as collections of affirmations and visualizations, tools for focusing your intention and directing your creative energy. The key is to remember that these objects have no power other than what you give them. They cannot invite demons into your home because demons as separate entities with power over you do not exist. The only demons are the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that you allow to take root in your own mind. If you truly feel uncomfortable with these items in your home, by all means, remove them. But understand that in doing so, you are not banishing external negative forces. You are making a choice about what you want to focus on, about the kind of energy you want to cultivate in your living space. And that choice, that power lies entirely within you. Now let us turn our attention to a category of items that might seem mundane, but which can have a profound impact on the energy of your home. Clutter. Piles of old magazines, stacks of unopened mail, closets stuffed with clothes you never wear. These accumulations of unnecessary stuff are often cited as attractors of negative energy. But again, I urge you to look beyond the physical reality of these items and consider what they represent in your consciousness. Clutter is not inherently negative. It does not attract demons or bad luck. What it does do, however, is reflect a state of mind, a pattern of thought and behavior that may not be serving your highest good. When you allow clutter to accumulate in your home, you are, in essence, declaring to the universe that you are willing to hold on to things that no longer serve you. You are saying that you are not ready or willing to make space for new experiences, new opportunities, new growth. You are clinging to the past, to old patterns and habits, rather than embracing the possibility of change and renewal. In this sense, clutter can indeed become a demon attractor, not because it invites external negative forces into your home, but because it reinforces internal patterns of stagnation and resistance change. The demons it attracts are the familiar but limiting beliefs and behaviors that keep you stuck in old patterns, preventing you from fully stepping into your power as a creative being. But here's the liberating truth. You have the power to change this. You can remove the demon attracting influence of clutter, not just by physically cleaning your space, but by shifting your mindset about your possessions and your relationship to the material world. When you choose to declutter your home, do so with the understanding that you are not just tidying up your physical space. You are making a powerful declaration to the universe. You are saying, I am ready to release what no longer serves me. I am making space for new blessings, new opportunities, new growth in my life. As you sort through your possessions, do so with mindfulness and intention. Ask yourself, does this item reflect who I am now or who I was in the past? Does it support my highest vision for my life, or is it holding me back in some way? Be willing to let go of things that no longer align with your current self, your current goals and aspirations. Remember, the act of decluttering is not about achieving some external standard of tidiness. It's about creating a living space that reflects and supports your inner state of being. It's about aligning your physical environment with your highest intentions for your life. As you create more space in your home, imagine that you are also creating space in your mind for new ideas, new possibilities, new manifestations of your desires. See the open spaces in your home as symbolic of the open, receptive state of your consciousness, ready to receive all the good that the universe has to offer. In this way, you transform the act of decluttering from a mundane chore into a powerful spiritual practice. You remove the demon attracting influence of clutter not by fighting against negative energy, but by actively cultivating a state of openness, receptivity, and alignment with your highest self. Now let us address another category of items that are often associated with negative energy: electronic devices. In our modern world, we are surrounded by smartphones, computers, televisions, and other gadgets. While these devices are undeniably useful, many people believe that they can disrupt the natural energy flow in a home, leading to stress, insomnia, and other issues. But I say to you, these devices, like everything else we've discussed, have no inherent power to attract negative energy or demons. They are simply tools, neither good nor bad in themselves. It is our relationship to them, our patterns of use and the meaning we assign to them that determines their impact on our lives and our homes. If you find yourself constantly stressed, anxious, or unable to relax in your home, it's easy to blame the electronic devices that surround you. But I urge you to look deeper. The issue is not with the devices themselves, but with the way you are choosing to interact with them. When you compulsively check your smartphone, when you allow the constant stream of news and social media to occupy your mind, when you use television as an escape from your thoughts and feelings, you are in essence inviting a state of distraction and disconnection into your life. You are allowing these devices to dictate your thoughts, emotions, and energy. In this sense, they can indeed become demon attractors, not because they emit some mysterious negative force, but because they can reinforce patterns of behavior that separate you from your true self, from your inner peace and power. But the solution is not to remove all electronic devices from your home. Instead, I encourage you to change your relationship with these tools. Use them consciously with intention. Set boundaries around their use. Create spaces in your home that are free from electronic devices where you can connect with yourself, with loved ones, with the natural rhythms of life. When you do use your devices, do so with awareness. Before you pick up your smartphone or turn on your computer, pause for a moment. Set an intention for how you want to use this tool. Ask yourself, is this supporting my highest good? Is this aligning me with my true desires and aspirations? By bringing consciousness to your use of technology, you transform these potential demon attractors into tools for growth, connection, and positive change. Remember, the power lies not in the objects themselves, but in your consciousness, in your imagination. Every item in your home, from the grandest piece of furniture to the smallest trinket, from the most advanced electronic device to the simplest household tool, is a blank slate upon which you project your beliefs, your expectations, your state of being. There are no demon-attracting items. There are only the demons of your own limiting beliefs, fears, and negative expectations. The true work of removing these demon-attracting influences from your home is not a physical process of discarding objects. It is an internal process of transforming your consciousness. It is about choosing moment by moment to align yourself with your highest vision of who you are and what you want to create in your life. It is about recognizing your power as a divine being, as a creator made in the image and likeness of God. As you move through your home, as you interact with the objects in your environment, do so with this awareness. See each item as a reflection of your own consciousness, as an opportunity to reinforce your highest truths. Choose to imbue your space with love, with joy, with peace. For in doing so, you are not just changing the energy of your home, you are changing the very fabric of your reality. You are declaring to the universe, I am the master of my world. I choose what influences me. I create my own experience. And in that declaration lies the true power to banish all demons, to create a home and a life filled with light, love, and limitless possibility. Imagine for a moment that you are a vessel, a sacred chalice filled with the purest water of life. This water is your creative energy, your dreams, your deepest desires. Now picture yourself walking through a crowded street, this precious chalice in your hands. Would you not guard it carefully? Would you not be mindful of every step, lest a single drop spill and be lost forever? This, my dear friends, is the essence of what I'm about to share with you tonight. God wants you to be silent. Yes, you heard that correctly. The almighty, the infinite creative power that resides within you desires your silence. But why, you might ask? Why would the creator of all things, the source of every word ever spoken, wish for your silence? The answer lies in the very nature of creation itself. You see, creation is not a loud, boisterous act. It doesn't announce itself with fanfare and trumpets. No, true creation, the kind that shapes worlds and molds destinies, happens in the quiet depths of your imagination. It's in those silent moments when the world falls away and you're left alone with your thoughts that the seed of your desires takes root. Consider the words of the psalmist, "Be still and know that I am God." This is not merely a suggestion, but a profound instruction on the art of creation. In your stillness, in your silence, you allow the God within you to speak. And when God speaks, worlds come into being. But there's more to this silence than just allowing for divine communion. You have to be careful what you reveal to people. This isn't about being secretive or distrustful. No, it's about understanding the delicate nature of your creative power. You see, every word you speak, every desire you voice, every dream you share, these are all acts of creation. The moment you give voice to a thought, you're releasing it into the world. And once released, it begins to take on a life of its own. It interacts with the thoughts and energies of those around you. Sometimes this interaction can be beneficial, amplifying your desire and bringing it closer to manifestation. But other times, and this is crucial to understand, it can dilute your creative power. Think of it this way: when you plant a seed in the ground, do you immediately dig it up to show everyone? Of course not. You understand that the seed needs time in the darkness, protected from the elements, to germinate and grow strong. Your desires, your dreams, the seeds of creation, they need time in the fertile soil of your imagination, protected from the harsh lights of skepticism and doubt, to take root and grow strong. This is why God wants you to be silent. This silence is not a punishment or a restriction. It's a gift, a sacred space in which your creative power can flourish unimpeded. Now, you might be thinking, but how can I manifest my desires if I don't speak them into existence? This is a common misconception. You see, true manifestation doesn't happen through your words to others. It happens through your inner conversations, through the thoughts and feelings you cultivate within yourself. Remember the biblical principle: as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Notice it doesn't say, as a man speaketh with his mouth. The true creative power lies in your heart, in your deepest beliefs and feelings. This is where you need to focus your energy. When you understand this principle, you begin to see why you need to be careful what you reveal to people. Every time you speak of your desires to others, you're exposing these delicate seeds of creation to potential harm. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. And even those who do may inadvertently introduce doubt or limitation into your creative process. This doesn't mean you should never share your dreams or goals. There are times when sharing can be powerful and beneficial. But you must be discerning. You must learn to recognize when silence is the more powerful choice. Let me share with you a personal experience that illustrates this principle. Many years ago, when I first began to understand these truths, I had a deep desire to travel the world and share these teachings. But I was at the time a simple working man with limited means. The logical part of my mind told me this was impossible. The world around me seemed to confirm this limitation. But I understood the power of silence. Instead of speaking about my desire to others, seeking their approval or support, I took it into the silence of my imagination. Night after night, I would lie in my bed and imagine myself standing on stages around the world, sharing these truths with eager listeners. I felt the joy of it, the fulfillment, the sense of purpose. I didn't speak a word of this to anyone. I simply lived it in my imagination, knowing that what I was experiencing internally was more real than any external circumstance. And do you know what happened? Within a year, opportunities began to present themselves. Doors opened that I never could have anticipated. And before I knew it, I found myself traveling the world, just as I had imagined. The seed I had planted in silence had grown into a mighty tree. This, my friends, is the power of silence. This is why God wants you to be silent. In your silence, you're not denying your desires or suppressing your dreams. You're nurturing them, protecting them, allowing them to grow strong before exposing them to the world. Now, let's delve deeper into the concept of being careful what you reveal to people. This isn't about living in fear or constant suspicion. It's about understanding the nature of energy and influence. Every person you interact with carries their own energy, their own beliefs, their own limitations. When you share your dreams and desires with them, you're inviting their energy to mingle with yours. Sometimes this can be incredibly powerful. If you're sharing with someone who truly believes in you and your vision, their belief can amplify your own, accelerating your manifestation. But more often than not, people will project their own limitations onto your dreams. They might not do this maliciously. In fact, they might think they're being helpful, protecting you from disappointment or failure. But in reality, they're introducing doubt and limitation into your creative process. Consider the story of Joseph in the Bible. When Joseph shared his dreams with his brothers, their reaction was one of jealousy and disbelief. They couldn't see the divine promise in Joseph's visions. Instead, they saw only their own limitations and insecurities reflected back at them. And their reaction nearly derailed Joseph's destiny. This is why you must be careful what you reveal to people. Not everyone is ready to support the vastness of your vision. Not everyone can handle the magnitude of your dreams. And that's okay. It's not their job to believe in your dreams. It's yours. Your dreams, your desires, these are sacred communications between you and the God within you. They're not meant for casual conversation or idle chatter. They're meant to be nurtured in the quiet of your heart, in the stillness of your mind. Think of yourself as a pregnant woman carrying a precious life within her. In those early stages of pregnancy, when the life is just beginning to form, the wise woman is careful about who she tells. She understands the delicate nature of new life. She knows that not everyone will understand or appreciate the miracle growing within her. So she keeps it to herself, nurturing it in silence, protecting it from harmful energies or negative influences. Your dreams are like that unborn child. They're delicate, precious, full of potential. They need your protection, your nurturing, your unwavering belief. And in the early stages, they often need your silence. But let me be clear, this silence is not about deception or secrecy. It's about discernment. It's about understanding the appropriate time and place for sharing. It's about recognizing that not every thought needs to be voiced. Not every desire needs to be announced to the world. In fact, there's incredible power in keeping your dreams to yourself. When you don't reveal your plans to others, you're freed from their expectations, their doubts, their limitations. You're able to move in silence to work on your dreams without the pressure of external validation or criticism. Think of the mighty oak tree. It doesn't announce its intentions to grow tall and strong. It doesn't seek permission or validation from the flowers and shrubs around it. It simply grows silently and steadily, reaching for the sky with unwavering determination. You are that oak tree. Your dreams are your branches reaching for the heavens. And the silence? The silence is your roots growing deep and strong, anchoring you firmly in the soil of faith and conviction. Now you might be wondering, but what about the power of positive affirmations? Haven't we been taught to speak our desires into existence? This is a valid question, and it brings us to an important distinction. There is indeed power in the spoken word. But the most powerful words are not those you speak to others. They're the words you speak to yourself in the privacy of your own mind and heart. These are your true affirmations. These are the words that shape your reality. When you understand this, you begin to see why God wants you to be silent. It's not about suppressing your voice. It's about redirecting it inward to where your true creative power resides. Instead of telling others about your dreams, tell yourself. Instead of seeking external validation, give yourself the approval and encouragement you need. Create an inner dialogue that supports and uplifts you. This is the true power of affirmation. Remember the words of Jesus, but when you pray, go into your room, close the door and pray to your Father, who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. This isn't just about prayer in the traditional sense. It's about all forms of communion with the divine within you. It's about those moments when you align your thoughts and feelings with your deepest desires. Your room is your consciousness. The closed door is your ability to shut out the noise and opinions of the outside world. And the unseen Father is the creative power within you, the God that resides in the depths of your being. When you learn to commune with this power in silence, when you learn to nurture your dreams in the quiet of your own consciousness, you tap into a wellspring of creative energy that is truly limitless. But this requires discipline. It requires the strength to hold your tongue when others ask about your plans. It requires the wisdom to discern when to speak and when to remain silent. It requires the faith to trust in the unsayers of creation, even when the outside world demands evidence and proof. This discipline, this silence is not always easy. We live in a world that values constant communication, that encourages us to share every thought and feeling. Social media platforms tempt us to broadcast our every move, our every aspiration. But remember, not everything needs to be shared. Not every thought needs to be tweeted. Not every dream needs to be posted on Instagram. In fact, the most powerful transformations often happen in silence. Think of the caterpillar in its cocoon. If it were to break open the cocoon prematurely to show the world its progress, it would never become a butterfly. The transformation requires darkness, silence, and patience. Your dreams are undergoing a similar transformation. In the silence of your imagination, they're taking shape, growing stronger, preparing to burst forth into reality. But this process cannot be rushed. It cannot be exposed prematurely in the harsh light of public scrutiny. So how do you navigate this? How do you maintain this powerful silence in a world that constantly demands your voice? Here are a few practical tips. First, cultivate a rich inner life. Spend time each day in quiet contemplation, exploring the landscape of your imagination. This is where your true creative work happens. This is where you plant the seeds of your future reality. Second, practice discernment in your speech. Before you speak about your dreams or plans, ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this beneficial? Will sharing this amplify my creative power, or will it dilute it? Learn to be comfortable with keeping things to yourself. Third, find alternative ways to process your thoughts and feelings. Instead of talking to others about your dreams, try journaling. Write down your aspirations, your plans, your progress. This allows you to externalize your thoughts without exposing them to potentially harmful influences. Fourth, surround yourself with like-minded individuals who understand the power of silence. These are people who won't constantly pry into your affairs, who respect your need for privacy and introspection. In their presence, you can be silent without feeling pressure to share. Fifth, when you do feel the need to share, be selective. Choose carefully who you confide in. Look for those rare individuals who can hold space for your dreams without imposing their own limitations or doubts. Sixth, learn to redirect conversations. When others ask about your plans or progress, practice the art of giving satisfying yet non-revealing answers. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your internal processes. And finally, trust in the process. Trust that your silence is not inaction, but the most potent form of creation. Trust that in your silence you're communing with the infinite creative power of the universe. Remember, your silence is not emptiness. It's not a void. Your silence is pregnant with possibility. It's the fertile soil in which the seeds of your desires are taking root. It's the quiet incubator where your dreams are gestating, growing stronger day by day. In your silence, you're not doing nothing. You're doing the most important work of all. You're aligning your inner world with your desires. You're vibrating at the frequency of your dreams. You're becoming in consciousness what you wish to be in reality. This is the true meaning of the phrase, be still and know that I am God. In your stillness, in your silence, you're allowing the God within you, the infinite creative power of the universe, to work unimpeded. You're creating space for miracles to occur. And make no mistake, miracles are occurring. Every moment that you maintain this powerful silence, every moment that you nurture your dreams in the quiet of your imagination, you're setting in motion forces beyond your comprehension. You are activating universal laws that respond not to your words, but to the contents of your consciousness. This is why you must be careful what you reveal to people. Because what you hold in consciousness is far more powerful than what you speak with your lips. Your inner conversations, your deeply held beliefs, your unwavering faith, these are the true creators of your reality. So guard these inner conversations jealously. Protect them from doubt, from negativity, from the well-meaning but limiting beliefs of others. Your mind is the garden in which the flowers of your future are growing. Be selective about what and who you allow into this garden. Now I want to address a concern that might be arising in some of you. You might be thinking, but isn't this selfish? Shouldn't we share our blessing with others? This is a beautiful sentiment, and it comes from a place of generosity. But remember, you cannot give what you do not have. By nurturing your dreams in silence, by allowing them to grow strong before exposing them to the world, you're actually preparing yourself to be of greater service to others. You're ensuring that when you do step out into the world, when you do begin to share your gifts, you're doing so from a place of abundance and strength. Think of it this way. A tree doesn't bear fruit immediately. It takes time to grow strong, to develop deep roots, to reach towards the sky. Only when it has matured does it begin to produce fruit for others to enjoy. You are that tree. Your silence, your careful nurturing of your dreams is your growing season. The time for bearing fruit, for sharing your abundance with the world will come. But first you must grow strong. This is not selfishness. This is responsible stewardship of your gifts. This is honoring the divine creative power within you by giving it the space and silence it needs to work its miracles. And let me tell you something remarkable. As you practice this principle, as you learn to be silent and careful with what you reveal, you'll begin to notice a change in how you interact with the world. You'll find yourself becoming more observant, more intuitive. You'll start to recognize the power of silence in others. You'll develop a deeper appreciation for the unspoken, for the subtle energies that flow beneath the surface of everyday interactions. This heightened awareness will serve you well. It will help you navigate the world with greater wisdom and discernment. You'll become adept at recognizing when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait. This is the true mastery that comes from understanding the power of silence. But perhaps most importantly, you'll discover a deep sense of peace. In a world that often feels chaotic and noisy, your ability to retreat into silence will become your greatest strength. It will be your sanctuary, your place of renewal and inspiration. In this silence, you'll find answers to questions you haven't even thought to ask. You'll uncover depths of creativity you never knew you possessed. You'll tap into reservoirs of strength and resilience that will astound you. In this sacred silence, you'll discover the true nature of your being. You'll realize that you are not separate from the creative power of the universe, but an integral part of it. Your thoughts, your feelings, your deepest desires, these are not just idle fancies, but the very substance of creation. By holding them in the quiet of your heart, by nurturing them in silence, you're allowing them to gather strength and momentum. As you practice this principle of silence and careful revelation, you'll begin to see changes in your external world. Opportunities will arise that align perfectly with your inner vision. People will enter your life who resonate with your unspoken dreams. Circumstances will arrange themselves in ways that support your growth and evolution. This is not coincidence or luck. It's the natural result of aligning your inner world with the creative power of the universe. Remember, your silence is not passivity. It's not resignation or defeat. Your silence is active, potent, filled with the energy of creation. In your silence, you're not doing nothing. You're doing everything. You're communing with the infinite, shaping reality at its most fundamental level. This is the true power that God wants you to understand and embody. So go forth from here with a new appreciation for the power of silence. Guard your dreams carefully. Nurture them in the quiet of your heart. Be discerning about what you reveal to others, understanding that your inner world is sacred and powerful. Trust in the process of silent creation, knowing that what you hold in consciousness will inevitably manifest in your reality. And finally, remember that this practice of silence and careful revelation is not just for your own benefit. As you master this principle, as you learn to create powerfully from the silence of your being, you become a beacon of possibility for others. Your life becomes a testament to the creative power that resides within all of us. In your silence, you speak volumes. In your careful stewardship of your dreams, you teach others the true nature of creation. This is your gift to the world, not just the fruits of your dreams, but the example of how those dreams are nurtured and brought to life. Let us begin with the first line: I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This declaration is a testament to your true nature. When you utter these words with conviction, you are not asking for these qualities to manifest in your life, you are claiming them as your birthright. You see, in the realm of imagination, there is no separation between you and these divine attributes. As you repeat this line, feel the wholeness that permeates every fiber of your being. Experience the perfection that is your natural state. Allow the strength and power to course through your veins, knowing that you are one with the infinite creative force of the universe. Feel the love that radiates from your heart, touching every aspect of your life. Embrace the harmony that brings all elements of your existence into perfect balance. And lastly, let the happiness bubble up from within, for it is your true essence. Now, let us move on to the second line. Everything is working out for my highest good. This statement is a recognition of the divine order that governs all of creation. When you affirm this truth, you are aligning yourself with the cosmic flow of life. You are declaring your trust in the perfect unfolding of events, even when appearances may suggest otherwise. Consider for a moment the tapestry of your life. Each thread, each experience, whether perceived as good or bad, is woven together to create a masterpiece of unparalleled beauty. By affirming that everything is working out for your highest good, you are surrendering to the wisdom of your higher self, the God within you that knows the grand design of your existence. As you repeat this line, feel a sense of peace wash over you. Release all anxiety about the future, all regrets about the past. Know that every circumstance, every challenge, every triumph is conspiring to bring you to your highest expression of self. Trust in the process, for the universe is always moving you towards your greatest good. The third line we shall explore is, I can be what I will to be. This powerful affirmation is a declaration of your given ability to shape your reality. It is a recognition of the creative power that lies dormant within you, waiting to be awakened by your conscious direction. When you state, I can be what I will to be, you are tapping into the infinite potential that is your true nature. You are acknowledging that your current state of being is not fixed, but rather, it is a malleable substance that can be molded by the power of your imagination and belief. As you repeat this line, feel the limitless possibilities opening up before you. See yourself stepping into the shoes of the person you aspire to be. Feel the confidence, the wisdom, the love, and the success of that version of yourself. Know that this ideal is not some distant future possibility, but a present reality in the realm of imagination, waiting to be brought forth into your physical experience. And now we come to the fourth and final line, it is done. These three simple words carry immense power when uttered with absolute faith. It is done is the ultimate affirmation of faith in the creative process. It is a declaration that what you have imagined and felt to be true in your consciousness must inevitably manifest in your outer world. When you say, it is done, you are closing the door on doubt and uncertainty. You are stepping into the knowing that your desire is already reality in the spiritual realm, and it is only a matter of time before it appears in your physical experience. This statement is the period at the end of your declaration, the final seal on your intention. As you repeat it is done, feel the relief and satisfaction of knowing that your desire is already yours. Experience the gratitude for its fulfillment, even before you see any physical evidence. Live in the end, as if your desire has already come to pass, for in truth it has. Now, my dear friends, let us delve deeper into the profound impact these 4 lines can have on your life when embraced fully and practiced consistently. Remember, the words themselves are not magical. It is the state of consciousness they evoke that holds the true power. When you declare, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, you are not merely reciting a positive affirmation. You are making a bold claim about your true nature. This statement challenges you to rise above the limitations of your current self-concept and embrace your divine essence. Consider for a moment the implications of truly believing and embodying these qualities. How would your life change if you walked through each day knowing, without a shadow of doubt, that you are whole and complete? How would your relationships transform if you approached every interaction from a place of perfection and love? How would your work evolve if you tapped into your innate strength and power? The beauty of this affirmation lies in its comprehensiveness. It addresses every aspect of your being. Your wholeness, your perfection, your strength, your power, your capacity for love, your inner harmony, and your inherent state of happiness. By claiming these qualities as your own, you are aligning yourself with the highest version of yourself, the self that exists in the realm of pure potential. As you continue to repeat this line, allow yourself to feel the truth of these words resonating in every cell of your body. Let them seep into your subconscious mind, replacing old beliefs of lack, inadequacy, or unworthiness. For it is from this elevated state of consciousness that you will begin to attract experiences that mirror your newfound self-image. Moving on to our second line, everything is working out for my highest good. Let us explore the profound shift in perspective this affirmation can bring about. In a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable, this statement is an anchor of faith and trust in the divine order of the universe. When you truly embrace the belief that everything is working out for your highest good, you liberate yourself from the need to control every aspect of your life. You release the anxiety that comes from trying to force outcomes or manipulate circumstances to fit your limited understanding of what is best for you. This affirmation invites you to adopt a broader perspective, one that recognizes that your higher self, or the God within you, has a grander vision for your life than your conscious mind can comprehend. It challenges you to find the silver lining in every situation, to seek the lesson or the opportunity for growth in every challenge. Imagine how your approach to life would change if you genuinely believed that every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, was ultimately serving your highest good. How would you handle setbacks or disappointments? How would you approach uncertain situations or difficult decisions? By affirming that everything is working out for your highest good, you are choosing to trust in the perfect unfolding of your life's journey. You are acknowledging that there is a divine intelligence at work, orchestrating events and circumstances in ways that will ultimately lead to your greatest fulfillment and growth. As you continue to repeat this line, allow yourself to relax into a state of deep trust. Feel the weight of worry and anxiety lift from your shoulders. Embrace a sense of excited anticipation for the good that is constantly flowing into your life, even when it comes disguised as challenge or change. Now, let us delve deeper into the third line, I can be what I will to be. This powerful affirmation is a direct challenge to any limiting beliefs you may hold about yourself and your potential. It is a bold declaration of your inherent power to shape your reality and become the person you aspire to be. When you state, I can be what I will to be, you are acknowledging that your current state of being is not fixed or predetermined. You are recognizing that you have the power to consciously choose and create your identity, your capabilities, and your circumstances. This affirmation invites you to step into the realm of infinite possibilities. It challenges you to dream big, to envision the highest version of your plan, claim that vision as your present reality. It is a reminder that you are not bound by your past experiences, your current circumstances, or the opinions of others. Consider for a moment the person you truly desire to be. Perhaps you aspire to be more confident, more loving, more successful, or more creative. As you repeat, I can be what I will to be, see yourself embodying these qualities. Feel the sensation of being that person right here and now, in this present moment. The power of this affirmation lies in its ability to bridge the gap between your current self and your ideal self. By declaring that you can be what you will to be, you are giving yourself permission to grow, to change, to evolve. You are opening yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities that align with your desired state of being. As you continue to work with this affirmation, pay attention to the shifts that occur in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Notice how you begin to make choices that align with the person you are becoming. Observe how opportunities arise that support your new self-image. And finally, we come to the fourth line, it is done. These three simple words carry immense power when uttered with absolute conviction. It is done is the ultimate affirmation of faith in the creative process. It is a declaration that what you have imagined and felt to be true in your consciousness must inevitably manifest in your outer world. When you say, it is done, you are making a profound statement about the nature of reality. You are acknowledging that creation is finished, that all possibilities already exist in the spiritual realm. Your job is not to make something happen, but rather to align your consciousness with the reality you desire to experience. This affirmation challenges you to live in the end, to adopt the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you declare it is done, you are stepping into the knowing that your desire is already a fact in the spiritual realm. And it is only a matter of time before it appears in your physical experience. Imagine for a moment how you would feel if your heart's desire had already manifested. Would you feel relief, joy, gratitude? As you repeat, it is done, allow yourself to fully experience these emotions. For it is this feeling that is the secret to bringing your desires into physical form. The power of it is done lies in its ability to shift your focus from lack to abundance, from wanting to having. When you truly feel that it is done, you release the anxiety and desperation that often accompany unfulfilled desires. You enter a state of calm knowing, of peaceful expectancy. As you work with these four powerful lines, remember that they are not mere words to be recited mechanically. They are states of consciousness to be lived and experienced. Each line builds upon the others, creating a powerful foundation for manifestation. When you declare, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy, you are aligning yourself with your true divine nature. From this elevated state of being, you naturally trust that everything is working out for my highest good. This trust opens you up to the realization that I can be what I will to be, unleashing your creative power. And finally, by affirming it is done, you seal your intention with unshakable faith. Now let us explore how these four lines can be applied practically in your daily life to attract everything you've been waiting for. Remember, the key is not just to say these words, but to feel their truth in every fiber of your being. Begin each day by standing in front of a mirror and looking deeply into your own eyes. As you gaze at your reflection, say with conviction, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Feel these qualities awakening within you. Allow them to radiate from your being. Carry this feeling with you as you go about your day, letting it inform your interactions and decisions. As you face the various challenges and opportunities that arise throughout your day, remind yourself, everything is working out for my highest good. When you encounter a difficult situation, instead of reacting with frustration or anxiety, pause and repeat this line. Feel the peace and trust that come with knowing that all is unfolding perfectly for your growth and evolution. When you find yourself doubting your abilities or feeling stuck in old patterns, affirm, I can be what I will to be. Use this line as a reminder of your infinite potential. If you aspire to be more confident, act as if you already possess unwavering self-assurance. If you desire to be more successful, carry yourself with the dignity and poise of someone who has already achieved great things. And finally, as you set your intentions and work towards your goals, seal your efforts with the powerful affirmation, it is done. Whether you're visualizing your desired outcome during meditation or taking inspired action towards your dreams, conclude by feeling the relief and gratitude of knowing that your desire is already fulfilled in the spiritual realm. Remember, my dear friends, that consistency is key when working with these 4 lines. Make them a part of your daily spiritual practice. Repeat them upon waking and before sleeping. Write them in your journal. Meditate on their meaning. Most importantly, strive to embody the states of consciousness they represent. As you consistently apply these 4 lines in your life, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your perception and experience. You may find yourself feeling more peaceful and centered, even in the face of challenges. You may observe synchronicities and opportunities aligning with your desires. You may experience a greater sense of flow and ease in your daily life. These shifts are signs that you are successfully aligning your consciousness with the reality you wish to experience. They are indications that you are becoming a vibrational match to your desires, attracting experiences that resonate with your new state of being. However, it's important to remember that manifestation is not always instantaneous. While some desires may manifest quickly, others may take time to unfold in your physical reality. This is where your faith and persistence come into play. Continue to live in the state of wish fulfilled, regardless of appearances. Trust in the perfect timing of the universe. If you find yourself struggling with doubt or impatience, return to these 4 lines. Use them as a reset button for your consciousness. Allow them to lift you back into the state of knowing and trust. For it is from this elevated state that you become a powerful co-creator with the universe. As you work with these 4 lines, you may also find that your desires begin to shift and evolve. As you align more closely with your true divine nature, you may discover that some of the things you thought you wanted no longer hold the same appeal. This is a natural part of the growth process. Trust in this evolution of your desires, for it is leading you towards your highest good. Remember, the ultimate goal is not just to acquire things or achieve specific outcomes. The true purpose of these 4 lines is to awaken you to your own divine nature, to help you realize your oneness with the creative force of the universe. As you embody the consciousness these lines represent, you will find that your outer world naturally aligns with your inner state of being. Now let us delve even deeper into the transformative power of these 4 lines. Consider how they can be applied to various aspects of your life, your relationships, your career, your health, and your spiritual growth. In the realm of relationships, begin by affirming, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This declaration reminds you that you are complete in yourself. You do not need another person to feel whole or worthy. From this place of self-love and completeness, you naturally attract relationships that reflect and enhance your divine nature. As you navigate the ups and downs of relationships, remind yourself, everything is working out for my highest good. This affirmation helps you maintain perspective during conflicts or challenges. It allows you to see each interaction as an opportunity for growth and deeper connection. If you desire to improve your relationships or attract a specific kind of partnership, affirm, I can be what I will to be. See yourself as the ideal partner you wish to be. Embody the qualities of love, understanding, and compassion that you desire in your relationships. As you become this person in your imagination, you will naturally begin to show up differently in your interactions. Finally, when you have a specific vision for your ideal relationship, seal it with the affirmation, it is done. Feel the joy and gratitude of already being in this perfect partnership. Live each day from this state of fulfillment, knowing that your outer reality must inevitably align with your inner experience. In the area of career and finances, start by declaring, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This affirmation reminds you that your worth is not determined by your job title or bank balance. You are inherently valuable and deserving of abundance. As you face career challenges or financial uncertainties, affirm, everything is working out for my highest good. This statement helps you maintain faith during periods of transition or apparent setbacks. It allows you to see each experience as a stepping stone towards your ultimate success. If you aspire to advance in your career or increase your financial abundance, state with conviction, I can be what I will to be. Visualize yourself in your ideal role, doing work that you love and that contributes value to the world. Feel the satisfaction of financial freedom and the joy of using your talents to their fullest potential. When you have a clear vision of your career goals or desired financial state, affirm, it is done. Experience the relief and gratitude of already having achieved this success. Allow this feeling to inform your actions and decisions in your current work situation. Regarding your health and well-being, begin each day by affirming, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This declaration aligns you with the truth of your perfect, divine health. It reminds you that your natural state is one of vitality and well-being. When facing health challenges or working towards specific fitness goals, remind yourself, everything is working out for my highest good. This affirmation helps you maintain a positive outlook and trust in your body's innate healing abilities. It allows you to see each health-related experience as an opportunity for growth and greater self-awareness. If you desire to improve your health or achieve a specific wellness goal, state with conviction, I can be what I will to be. Visualize yourself embodying vibrant health and vitality. Feel the energy, strength, and vitality coursing through your body. Allow this vision to inspire your daily choices and habits. When you have a clear picture of your ideal state of health, affirm it is done. Experience the joy and gratitude of already possessing perfect health. Let this feeling guide your actions, leading you to make choices that align with your vision of well-being. In the realm of spiritual growth, start by declaring, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. This affirmation aligns you with your true spiritual nature. It reminds you that you are already one with the divine, perfect and complete as you are. As you navigate your spiritual journey, with its moments of clarity and confusion, affirm, everything is working out for my highest good. This statement helps you trust in the process of awakening, even when the path seems unclear. It allows you to see each experience, whether blissful or challenging, as a valuable part of your spiritual evolution. If you aspire to deepen your spiritual connection or develop specific spiritual gifts, state, I can be what I will to be. Visualize yourself as the spiritually awakened being you desire to become. Feel the peace, wisdom, and love that flow through you in this enlightened state. When you have a clear vision of your spiritual path, affirm it is done. Experience the profound peace and unity of already being in complete alignment with your highest self. Allow this state of consciousness to inform your thoughts, words, and actions in your daily life. Now, my dear friends, as we near the conclusion of our exploration of these 4 powerful lines, let us reflect on their collective impact. These statements, when fully embraced and consistently applied, have the power to revolutionize your entire experience of life. By affirming your inherent wholeness and perfection, trusting in the benevolent unfolding of your life, recognizing your power to shape your reality, and sealing your intentions with unwavering faith, you are setting in motion a profound transformation. You are aligning yourself with the creative power of the universe, becoming a conscious co-creator of your life experience. As you work with these 4 lines, you may find that your entire perspective on life begins to shift. You may start to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as setups for comebacks. You may discover a deep well of inner peace that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. You may experience a growing sense of connection to all of life, recognizing the divine essence in yourself and others. Remember, the power of these lines lies not in the words themselves, but in the states of consciousness they evoke. As you repeat them, strive to feel their truth in every cell of your body. Let them saturate your being, transforming your thoughts, emotions, and actions from the inside out. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you embark on this journey of transformation. Old habits of thought and belief may resist change at first. Doubts may arise. When this happens, simply return to these 4 lines. Use them as a compass to realign yourself with your highest truth. As you consistently apply these principles, you will begin to attract experiences that match your new vibration. You may find that opportunities aligned with your desires seem to appear effortlessly. Relationships may become more harmonious. Your work may take on new meaning and purpose. Your health may improve. Your spiritual connection may deepen. However, remember that the ultimate goal is not just to acquire things or achieve specific outcomes. The true purpose of working with these 4 lines is to awaken you to your own divine nature, to help you realize your oneness with the creative force of the universe. As you embody the consciousness these lines represent, you will find that your outer world naturally aligns with your inner state of being. In closing, I invite you to make these 4 lines a central part of your daily spiritual practice. Begin and end each day by affirming them. Write them in your journal. Meditate on their meaning. Most importantly, strive to live from the state of consciousness they represent. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Everything is working out for my highest good. I can be what I will to be. It is done. Let these words be the foundation upon which you build a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. Let them be the keys that unlock the infinite potential within you. For as you align your consciousness with these truths, you become a powerful magnet, attracting everything you've been waiting for and more. Remember, my dear friends, that you are the operant power in your world. Your consciousness is the only reality. What you perceive in your outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. By mastering your inner world through the consistent application of these 4 lines, you gain mastery over your entire life experience. Go forth now with these powerful tools at your disposal. Use them wisely and consistently. Trust in the process even when results are not immediately visible. Have faith in the perfect unfolding of your desires. For as you maintain this elevated state of consciousness, your world must inevitably conform to your vision. You are divine beings, creators of your own reality. Embrace this truth, live from this knowing, and watch as your life transforms in miraculous ways. The power is within you. The time is now. Your desired reality awaits your conscious recognition and acceptance of it. So speak these lines with conviction, feel their truth in your heart, and step boldly into the magnificent life that is your birthright. For in doing so, you not only transform your own experience, but you contribute to the elevation of collective consciousness, creating a ripple effect of positivity and possibility that extends far beyond your individual life. May these 4 lines be a beacon of light on your journey, guiding you always towards your highest good and grandest vision for your life. Trust in their power, for they are not mere words, but keys to unlocking the infinite potential that resides within you. And so it is. Imagine for a moment that you are standing before a vast ocean. The waves crash upon the shore, each one unique, yet part of the greater whole. You, my dear listener, like that ocean, boundless, powerful, and filled with untapped potential. But how often do you recognize this truth? How often do you look within and acknowledge the divine spark that resides in your very being? Too many of us spend our days feeling adrift, lost in a sea of external circumstances and opinions. We allow the noise of the world to drown out the whispers of our own inner wisdom. But I say to you now with absolute certainty that the key to finding your way to unlocking the treasures of your true self lies not in the outside world, but within you. To focus on yourself is not an act of selfishness, as some might have you believe. No, it is the most profound act of love and respect you can offer to the world. For when you tend to the garden of your own soul, you cultivate beauty in abundance that naturally overflows to all those around you. Consider the acorn. Within its humble shell lies the blueprint of a mighty oak. It does not look to other trees to know how to grow. It does not seek permission from the forest to reach for the sky. It simply turns inward, taps into the wisdom encoded in its very essence, and becomes what it was always meant to be. You, my friend, are no different. Within you lies the seed of greatness waiting to be nurtured and brought forth into the world. But to do so, you must first recognize and embrace this fundamental truth. You are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. The feeling of being lost stems from a disconnection from your true self. It is the result of looking outward for answers that can only be found within. When you focus on yourself, you begin to peel away the layers of conditioning and false beliefs that have obscured your vision. You start to hear the quiet voice of your intuition, guiding you towards your true path. Let us delve deeper into this concept. Imagine your mind as a vast unexplored territory, mountains of untapped potential, valleys of hidden talents, rivers of creativity flowing through the landscape of your consciousness. By focusing on yourself, you become the intrepid explorer of this inner world. Each day becomes an opportunity for discovery, for unearthing the treasures that lie dormant within you. But how, you may ask, does one begin this journey of self-focus? The answer, my dear friends, lies in the power of your imagination. For your imagination is not mere fantasy or idle daydreaming. It is the very workshop of creation, the place where your desires and your reality intersect. When you feel lost, close your eyes and imagine yourself as you truly wish to be. See yourself confident, purposeful, radiating with inner peace and joy. Feel the sensation of being that person, of embodying those qualities. For in that moment of imagination, you are planting the seed of your future self in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. This is not mere positive thinking or wishful daydreaming. This is the deliberate use of your God-given faculty of imagination to reshape your self-concept and consequently your entire world. For as within, so without. The world you experience is but a reflection of your inner state of being. To focus on yourself means to take responsibility for this inner world. It means to carefully tend to the garden of your mind, pulling out the weeds of doubt and fear, and planting the seeds of faith and possibility. It means to be vigilant about the thoughts you entertain, the emotions you cultivate, and the beliefs you hold dear. Many of you have been taught that to focus on yourself is somehow wrong or selfish. But I say to you, it is the highest form of service you can offer to the world. For how can you give what you do not possess? How can you lead others out of the darkness if you yourself are lost? By focusing on your own growth, your own alignment with your highest self, you become a beacon of light for others to follow. Consider the great leaders and visionaries throughout history. They did not achieve greatness by conforming to the expectations of others or by losing themselves in the opinions of the masses. No, they dared to look within, to trust their own inner guidance, and to bring forth the unique gifts that only they could offer to the world. You, my dear listener, have a unique purpose, a divine mission that only you can fulfill. But to discover and live this purpose, you must first come home to yourself. You must learn to silence the external noise and listen to the whispers of your own heart. This journey of self-focus is not always easy. It requires courage to face your fears, to confront the limiting beliefs that have held you back. It demands discipline to consistently choose thoughts and actions that align with your highest vision for yourself. But I assure you, the rewards are beyond measure. As you begin to focus on yourself, you will find that the feeling of being lost gradually dissolves. It is replaced by a deep sense of knowing, a certainty about who you are and what you are here to do. This is not arrogance or egotism. It is simply the natural state of a being who has remembered their true identity as a divine creator. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear sense of purpose, feeling fully aligned with your true self. Imagine moving through your day with unshakable confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you are meant to do. This is not a distant dream or an unattainable ideal. This is your birthright, and it becomes your reality when you commit to focusing on yourself. But let me be clear, focusing on yourself does not mean isolating yourself from others or ignoring the world around you. On the contrary, as you become more centered in your true self, you naturally become more connected to all of life. You begin to see the divine in every person you meet, to recognize the interconnectedness of all things. Your relationships improve because you no longer seek validation or completion from others. You come to each interaction whole and complete in yourself, offering your authentic presence as a gift. Your work becomes more fulfilling because it flows from your true passions and talents rather than from a sense of obligation or the need to prove your worth. The key to this transformation lies in your ability to harness the power of your imagination. For your imagination is the bridge between your current reality and the life you desire to live. It is through the consistent, deliberate use of your imagination that you reshape the self-concept, and consequently, your entire world. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, I urge you to pause and turn within. Close your eyes and imagine yourself as the person you wish to be. See yourself moving through life with purpose and grace. Feel the emotions of joy, confidence, and inner peace that naturally arise from living as your true self. Hold this image and these feelings with unwavering faith, knowing that what you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. This practice of imaginative self-focus is not a one-time event. It is a way of life, a continuous process of aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your highest vision for yourself. It requires persistence and patience, for the outer world does not always change overnight. But I assure you, as you remain faithful to this inner work, your outer world will inevitably conform to your new self-concept. Remember, the feeling of being lost is merely a sign that you have temporarily disconnected from your true self. It is an invitation to turn inward, to reconnect with the wisdom and power that reside within you. Embrace this feeling as a catalyst for growth, as an opportunity to deepen your self-knowledge and strengthen your faith in your own divine nature. As you focus on yourself, you may encounter resistance, both from within and without. Old habits of thinking and behaving may try to reassert themselves. Others in your life may not understand or support your journey of self-discovery. But do not let these obstacles deter you. They are merely tests of your commitment, opportunity to reinforce your new self-concept, and demonstrate the power of your focused imagination. Think of yourself as a sculptor, chiseling away at a block of marble to reveal the masterpiece within. Each day, with each thought and action, you are sculpting your life, revealing more and more of your true self. The feeling of being lost diminishes with each stroke of the chisel, with each act of self-focus and self-alignment. But remember, my dear friends, this work of self-focus is not about reaching a final destination. It is not about becoming a perfect, flawless version of yourself. It is about embracing the journey of continuous growth and self-discovery. It is about falling in love with the process of becoming, of unfolding more and more of your infinite potential. As you focus on yourself, you will find that your definition of success changes. No longer will you measure your worth by external standards or the opinions of others. Instead, you will find fulfillment in being true to yourself, in expressing your unique gifts, in living each day with authenticity and purpose. The world needs you to focus on yourself. It needs you to stop feeling lost and to step into the fullness of who you truly are. For when you do, you become a living example of what is possible. You inspire others to look within themselves to uncover their own hidden treasures. Imagine a world where each person is fully aligned with their true self, expressing their unique gifts and living their divine purpose. This is not a utopian fantasy. It is the natural result of each individual choosing to focus on themselves, to nurture their own growth and self-realization. As you embark on this journey of self-focus, remember that you are never truly alone. The same power that created the stars and set the planets in motion resides within you. It is always available to guide you, to support you, to illuminate your path. Trust in this power. Lean into it. Allow it to work through you as you focus on becoming the highest version of yourself. The feeling of being lost is not your natural state. It is a temporary condition that arises when you forget your true identity, when you look outside yourself for direction and validation. But I say to you now, everything you need is already within you. The answers you seek, the peace you crave, the purpose you long for, all of these are waiting to be discovered within the depths of your own being. To focus on yourself is to embark on the greatest adventure of your life. It is a journey of self-discovery, of self-creation, of self-realization. It is the path to true freedom, to unshakable peace, to boundless joy. And it begins with a simple choice, the choice to turn inward, to trust your own inner guidance, to believe in the power of your own imagination. As you make this choice day after day, moment by moment, you will find that the feeling of being lost gradually fades away. It is replaced by a deep sense of knowing, a certainty about who you are and why you are here. You begin to move through life with grace and ease, fully present in each moment, fully expressing your unique gifts. But let me caution you, this journey of self-focus is not always comfortable. It will challenge you to confront your fears, to question your long-held beliefs, to step out of your comfort zone. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the old feeling of being lost tries to reassert itself. In these moments, remember that discomfort is often a sign of growth. Embrace it as evidence that you are expanding, evolving, becoming more of who you truly are. As you focus on yourself, you may find that certain relationships or situations in your life begin to change. This is natural and necessary. Just as a snake must shed its old skin to grow, you too must be willing to let go of anything that no longer serves your highest good. Trust in this process of renewal and transformation. Know that as you align more fully with your true self, you naturally attract people and circumstances that support your growth and reflect your new self-concept. Remember, my dear friends, that to focus on yourself is not a selfish act. It is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for the world. For as you nurture your own growth, as you cultivate your own inner peace and joy, you naturally become a source of inspiration and upliftment for others. Your very presence becomes a blessing, a reminder to all who encounter you of their own divine potential. So I urge you, stop searching outside yourself for direction or validation. Stop allowing the opinions and expectations of others to dictate your path. Turn within and focus on yourself. Explore the vast landscape of your own consciousness. Uncover the treasures that lie hidden within you. Trust in the wisdom of your own heart, in the power of your own imagination. As you do this, you will find that the feeling of being lost becomes a distant memory. It is replaced by a deep sense of purpose, a knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. doing exactly what you are meant to do. You move through life with grace and ease, fully present in each moment, fully expressing your unique gifts. This, my dear friends, is what it means to truly live. This is what it means to fulfill your purpose. And it all begins with the simple yet profound choice to focus on yourself, to believe in your own inherent divinity, to trust in the power of your own imagination to shape your reality. So I say to you now, with all the love and conviction in my heart, focus on yourself. Stop feeling lost. Embrace the magnificent being that you truly are. Step into the fullness of your divine potential. For in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but you contribute to the transformation of the entire world. Remember, you are not here by accident. You are not a random collection of cells and experiences. You are a divine being, created in the image and likeness of God, endowed with the power to create your reality through the focused use of your imagination. Embrace this truth. Live from this understanding and watch as your life unfolds in ways more beautiful and miraculous than you ever dared to dream. As we draw this talk to a close, I want you to take a moment to reflect on what you've heard. Feel the truth of these words resonating within you. Recognize that the power to change your life, to find your purpose, to stop feeling lost has always been within you. It is not something you need to acquire or achieve. It is your birthright, waiting to be claimed. From this moment forward, commit to focusing on yourself with unwavering dedication. Commit to nurturing your inner world, to cultivating thoughts and feelings that align with your highest vision for yourself. Commit to using your imagination deliberately and consistently to shape your self-concept, and consequently your reality. As you leave this place and return to your daily lives, carry this message with you. Let it be a beacon of light guiding you back to yourself whenever you feel lost or overwhelmed. Remember that within you lies infinite potential, waiting to be expressed. You are the author of your own story, the creator of your own reality. Focus on yourself, my dear friends. Stop feeling lost. Step into the magnificence of who you truly are. For in doing so, you not only transform your own life, but you become a living example of what is possible for all of humanity. You become a light in the world, illuminating the path for others to follow. Go forth with confidence, with faith, with an unwavering commitment to your own growth and self-realization. Know that as you focus on yourself, as you align more fully with your true nature, you naturally fulfill your divine purpose. You become a blessing to the world simply by being your authentic self. Remember, the feeling of being lost is not your natural state. It is merely a sign that you have temporarily forgotten who you truly are. But now you know the truth. Now you have the tools to reconnect with your inner wisdom, to tap into your infinite potential, to create the life you desire. So I say to you one last time, focus on yourself. Stop feeling lost. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and self-creation. Trust in the power of your imagination to shape your reality. Believe in the divinity within you and watch as miracles unfold in your life. You are more powerful than you know. You are more loved than you can imagine. You are here for a divine purpose. Embrace this truth. Live from this understanding and let your light shine brightly in the world. For in doing so, you not only fulfill your own destiny, but you inspire others to do the same. Go now with my blessings and with the full knowledge of your own divine nature. Focus on yourself. Stop feeling lost and step into the fullness of who you truly are. The world is waiting for your unique gifts, for the expression of your true self. Do not keep it waiting any longer. The time is now. You are ready. Embrace your power. Embrace your purpose. Embrace the magnificent being that you are. And so it is. The world you see around you is not the cause of your experience, but the effect. It is the outpicturing of your inner states of consciousness. Every circumstance, every person, every experience in your life is a reflection of your own thoughts and beliefs. When you grasp this fundamental truth, you realize that the repayment you seek is not about receiving something from an external source. It is about shifting your consciousness to a state where what you desire already exists. For in truth, nothing is ever lost. It simply exists in a state that you are not currently occupying. Consider for a moment, have you ever misplaced an object in your home, only to find it later exactly where it should have been? The object was never lost. It was always there. You simply weren't occupying the state of consciousness where you were aware of its location. The same principle applies to everything you believe you have lost in life. Now you might be wondering, but Neville, how can I shift my consciousness to a state where I have what I thought was lost? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to the heart of our discussion. The key lies in your wonderful human imagination. Your imagination is not mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is God in action within you. It is the creative power through which all things are made. When you imagine, you are literally reshaping the substance of the universe. To receive repayment for what you thought was lost, you must use your imagination to occupy the state where you already have it. You must feel the reality of it, experience the joy of it, live from the assumption that it is already yours. This is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about aligning yourself with the truth of your desire at the level of cause. For remember, your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner states. As you change within, your outer world has no choice but to conform. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I imagine having something when my current reality shows me its absence? This, my dear friends, is where faith comes in, but not blind faith. Faith based on understanding the law. You see, your physical reality is nothing more than the outpicturing of your past assumptions. It is the harvest of seeds you have previously sown in your consciousness. To change your reality, to receive repayment for what you thought was lost, you must plant new seeds. You must assume a new state of being. When you imagine having what you desire, when you feel the reality of it, you are planting these new seeds. You are assuming the state of one who already has what they desire. And as you persist in this state, your outer world has no choice but to conform to this new inner conviction. This is the true meaning of the biblical phrase, ask and it shall be given you. It is not a plea to an external deity. It is a reminder of your own divine creative power. When you ask, you are declaring your desire as an accomplished fact to your own subconscious mind, which is one with the universal mind. Now let us address a common misconception. Many believe that to manifest their desires, to receive repayment for what they thought was lost, they must visualize every detail of how it will come to pass. But I tell you now, this is not necessary and can even be counterproductive. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The infinite intelligence of the universe will take care of the how in ways far beyond what your limited conscious mind can conceive. Think of it like this. When you order something online, you don't concern yourself with the logistics of how it will be delivered. You simply place the order and trust that it will arrive. The same principle applies when you seek repayment from the universe. You place your order with the cosmic catalog, so to speak, and then you let go and trust in its delivery. This brings us to another crucial point, the importance of letting go. After you have assumed the feeling of your wish fulfilled, after you have planted the seed of your desire in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind, you must release it. You must fall asleep to the desire, confident in its fulfillment. This letting go is not indifference. It is supreme confidence. It is the knowing that your desire is already yours in the realm of imagination, which is the very substance of reality. As you sleep in this assumption, your subconscious mind goes to work, aligning all the necessary forces to bring about the manifestation of your desire. Now let us explore the concept of revision in relation to receiving repayment for what you thought was lost. Revision is the art of reimagining past events in a way that aligns with your desired reality. This is crucial because your subconscious mind draws upon your memories to create your current experience. When you revise your past, you are literally rewriting the script of your life. You are creating a past that naturally leads to your desired present and future. Instead of dwelling on loss, revise those experiences. See them as stepping stones, as necessary parts of your journey that led you to this moment of revelation and repayment. This practice of revision, combined with living in the state of your wish fulfilled, creates a powerful alignment in your consciousness. You are creating a new past, present, and future all at once, all aligned with the repayment you seek. Now, let us address the concept everyone is you pushed out. This principle states that everyone in your world is a reflection of your consciousness. The way people treat you, the opportunities that come your way, even the seemingly random events in your life, all are reflections of your state of being. When you shift your consciousness to a state of having received repayment for what you thought was lost, you naturally begin to see others differently. You see them as playing their perfect part in the divine unfolding of your desire. This shift in perception allows for miraculous changes in your relationships and circumstances. Let us now discuss the importance of gratitude in receiving repayment from the universe. Gratitude is not just a polite sentiment, it is a powerful creative force. When you are truly grateful, you are acknowledging the presence of your desire in your life. You are affirming its reality even before it manifests in the physical realm. As you seek repayment for what you thought was lost, cultivate a deep sense of gratitude. Be thankful not just for what you can see and touch, but for the unseen blessings that are even now unfolding in your life. Give thanks for the wisdom that guides you, the love that surrounds you, and the power that resides within you. This gratitude aligns you with the frequency of your desire, speeding up its manifestation. It puts you in a state of receptivity, opening you to receive even greater blessings. Now, let us address the concept of the Sabbath. The Sabbath, in this context, is not about a particular day of the week, but about a state of mind. It is a state of complete rest from all effort, a state of knowing that your work is done. When you seek repayment from the universe, when you have assumed the feeling of your wish fulfilled, enter this Sabbath state. Rest in the certainty that your desire is fulfilled. In this state, you no longer feel the need to make your desire happen because you know it is already done. Let us explore the concept of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean not caring about your desire. It means releasing your anxious attachment to how or when it will manifest. When you are anxiously attached to an outcome, you are actually affirming the absence of your desire. True detachment comes from the deep knowing that your desire is already yours in consciousness, and therefore must manifest in your physical reality. It's a state of calm certainty, of knowing the law is at work, even when you can't see the evidence yet. Now let us discuss the power of your imagination once more. Your imagination is not mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is God in action within you. It is the creative power through which all things are made. When you seek repayment from the universe, use your imagination to its fullest potential. Imagine yourself having already received what you thought was lost. Feel the joy of it, the relief, the satisfaction. Live from that state. For in doing so, you are literally reshaping the substance of your reality. Let us address the importance of self-love in this process. Many people struggle to receive repayment from the universe because they don't believe they are worthy of it. But I tell you now, worthiness has nothing to do with it. You are worthy because you exist. You are God's creation, and God only creates perfection. Cultivate self-love as you seek repayment from the universe. Know that you are deserving of all good things simply because you are. This self-love creates a powerful foundation for manifesting your desires. Now let us explore the concept of the law of reversed effort. This law states that the harder you try to achieve something, the more you push it away. This is why letting go and trusting is so powerful. It allows you to align with the natural flow of creation without the interference of struggle or forced effort. Think of it like this: when you're learning to swim, if you thrash about frantically, you'll sink. But if you relax and trust the water to hold you up, you float effortlessly. The same principle applies to receiving repayment from the universe. Let us discuss the role of silence in this process. After you have done your imaginal work, after you have assumed the feeling of having received repayment for what you thought was lost, there comes time for silence. This silence is not just external, but internal. It is a cessation of all inner chatter about your desire. In this silence, you allow the seed of your desire to take root and grow. You do not dig it up repeatedly to check on its progress. You trust in the law, knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality. Now let us address the concept of living in the end once more. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are not hoping for something to happen in the future. You are experiencing your desire as a present fact. This state of living in the end collapses time and brings your desire into the present moment. Remember, in the realm of imagination, where all creation takes place, there is no time. Your desire is fulfilled the moment you assume the feeling of its fulfillment with conviction. The time it takes for this to appear in your physical reality is determined by your faith and your persistence in the assumed state. Let us explore the concept of the observer effect in quantum physics. In the quantum world, the act of observing something changes it. Your observation, your consciousness, affects the behavior of subatomic particles. This principle applies to your life as well. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are choosing to observe your reality from the perspective of already having received it. This observation literally shapes your reality at a quantum level, bringing your desire into manifestation. Now let us discuss the importance of feeling in this process. Feeling is the secret. It's not enough to intellectually know that repayment is possible, or even to visualize it clearly. You must feel the reality of it. When you seek repayment from the universe, allow yourself to fully feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude of having received it. These elevated emotions are the fuel that gives life to your manifestations. They align you with the frequency of your desire, speeding up its realization in your physical reality. Let us address the concept of resistance once more. Resistance is anything that blocks the flow of your desired reality into your experience. It often shows up as doubt, fear, or worry. When you seek repayment from the universe, release this resistance. Remember, what you resist persists. By letting go of resistance, you allow the natural flow of creation to bring about your desire effortlessly. Now, let us expand the quantum you. The quantum you is the version of you that exists in the field of all possibilities. It's the you that has already received repayment for everything you thought was lost. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are aligning yourself with this quantum version of you. Understand that you're not trying to become something you're not. You're aligning with a version of you that already exists in the quantum field. You're shifting your consciousness to match that reality. Let us discuss the power of your words once more. Your words are not just sounds or symbols. They're creative forces. They're declarations to the universe. When you seek repayment for what you thought was lost, your words must align with this desire. Speak as though you have already received your repayment. Use phrases that affirm the reality of your desire. Remember, your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Make sure you're planting seeds of what you want to grow in your life. Now let us address the importance of patience in this process. Patience in this context is not passive waiting. It is active trust in the law. It is knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality, and allowing that manifestation to unfold in its perfect timing. When you seek repayment from the universe, cultivate this kind of active patience. Know that your desire is manifesting even if you can't see the evidence yet. Trust in the perfect unfolding of the universe. Let us explore the concept of the present moment once more. The present moment is your point of power. It's the only place where you can make changes, where you can choose your thoughts and emotions. When you seek repayment from the universe, anchor yourself in this present moment. Many people live their lives either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when you do this, you're not using your power to create. You're letting your past or your imagined future control your present. Seeking repayment from the universe brings you into alignment with the power of now. Now, let us discuss the role of forgiveness in receiving repayment from the universe. Holding on to resentment, anger, or blame keeps you energetically tied to past experiences. It keeps you vibrating at a lower frequency, attracting more experiences that match that lower energy. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened or letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the energetic burden of negative emotions. It's about choosing to vibrate at a higher frequency. As you seek repayment from the universe, practice forgiveness of others and of yourself. Let us address the concept of divine order. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are aligning yourself with divine order. You are recognizing that there is a perfect unfolding of events, even if you can't see it from your limited perspective. Trust in this divine order. Know that everything is happening for your highest good, and even when it doesn't appear that way on the surface. This trust allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the face of apparent setbacks or challenges. Now, let us explore the concept of allowing. Allowing is the opposite of forcing. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are in a state of allowing. You are opening yourself up to receive all the good that the universe has for you. Allowing doesn't mean being passive. It means being receptive. It means being open to possibilities beyond what your limited mind can conceive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best path to the fulfillment of your desires. Let us discuss the importance of self-awareness in this process. To truly receive repayment from the universe, you must be aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. You must be able to catch yourself when you slip into doubt or anxiety and consciously choose to return to a state of trust and knowing. Cultivate this self-awareness through practices like meditation, journaling, or simply taking time for quiet reflection. The more aware you are of your inner state, the more effectively you can maintain a state of alignment with your desire. Now let us address the concept of surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood as giving up or admitting defeat. But in the context of receiving repayment from the universe, surrender is a powerful act of alignment. It is surrendering your limited, egoic control to the infinite wisdom of the universe within you. When you surrender in this way, you are not becoming powerless. On the contrary, you are aligning yourself with the most powerful creative force in existence. You are allowing this force to work through you unimpeded by doubt, fear, or limited thinking. Let us explore the concept of faith once more. Faith is not blind belief. It is not hoping for the best while fearing the worst. True faith is a knowing beyond physical evidence. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are exercising this kind of faith. You are knowing the reality of your desire with such conviction that you no longer need physical proof. This unwavering faith moves mountains. It parts seas. It transforms the very fabric of your reality. Now let us discuss the importance of your self-concept in this process. Your self-concept is the sum total of your beliefs about who you are. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are adopting a self-concept of someone who is worthy and capable of receiving all good things. See yourself as a divine being, capable of creating any reality you desire. Know that you are not separate from the universe, but an individualized expression of it. This elevated self-concept naturally aligns you with the fulfillment of your desires. Let us address the concept of resistance once more. Resistance often arises when we try to control every aspect of our reality. When you seek repayment from the universe, release this resistance. Allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work out the details of how your desire will manifest. Remember, your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to hold the vision of your desire fulfilled and to maintain the feeling of its reality. The universe will take care of the how in ways far more wonderful than you could have imagined. Now, let us explore the concept of the law of attraction in relation to receiving repayment from the universe. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. When you align yourself with the energy of having already received repayment, you naturally raise your vibration. You align yourself with the frequency of desire. This elevated vibration attracts experiences, people, and circumstances that match it. You become a magnet for the fulfillment of your desires, effortlessly drawing to you what you need for their manifestation. Let us discuss the role of gratitude once more. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a state of being. When you seek repayment from the universe, you naturally enter a state of gratitude. You are grateful not just for what you have, but for what is coming. This state of gratitude is incredibly powerful. It aligns you with the abundance of the universe. It opens you to receive even more blessing. Practice gratitude not from a place of lack, hoping to receive, but from a place of fullness, knowing you already have. Now let us address the concept of divine timing once more. Often when we hold tightly to our desires, we create resistance to their natural unfolding. We try to force things to happen on our timeline. But the universe operates on its own divine timing, which is always perfect. When you seek repayment from the universe, align yourself with this divine timing. Release the need to control when or how your desire will manifest. Trust that it will come at the perfect time in the perfect way. Let us explore the concept of unity consciousness. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are recognizing your oneness with the universe. You are understanding that there is no separation between you and what you desire. It is already yours because you are one with all that is. This understanding of unity consciousness dissolves the illusion of lack. It aligns you with the infinite abundance of the universe. From this state of oneness, manifestation becomes effortless and natural. Now let us discuss the importance of detachment once more. Detachment is not indifference. It is not a lack of desire. Detachment is the state of knowing that your desire is already yours in consciousness, and therefore you do not need to anxiously pursue it in the physical world. When you are detached in this way, you are free from the fear of not getting what you want. You are free from the anxiety of when or how it will come. This freedom allows you to enjoy the present moment fully, while still holding the vision of your desire fulfilled. Let us address the concept of allowing once more. Allowing is the opposite of forcing. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are in a state of allowing. You are opening yourself up to receive all the good that the universe has for you. Allowing doesn't mean being passive. It means being receptive. It means being open to possibilities beyond what your limited mind can conceive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best path to the fulfillment of your desires. Now let us explore the concept of the mirror principle. This principle states that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are creating an inner state of abundance, fulfillment, and gratitude. This inner state will inevitably be reflected in your outer experiences. Understand that as you change your inner world, your outer world must change to match it. This is not wishful thinking. It is the operation of universal law. Let us discuss the role of patience once more. Patience in this context is not passive waiting. It is active trust in the law. It is knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality, and allowing that manifestation to unfold in its perfect timing. When you seek repayment from the universe, cultivate this kind of active patience. Know that your desire is manifesting, even if you can't see the evidence yet. Trust in the perfect unfolding of the universe. Now let us address the importance of self-love in this process once more. Self-love is not vanity or egotism. It is a recognition of your true worth as a divine being. When you truly love yourself, you naturally align with the fulfillment of your desires. As you seek repayment from the universe, cultivate deep self-love. Know that you are worthy of all that you desire, simply because you exist. This self-love creates a powerful foundation for manifesting your desires. Let us explore the concept of the quantum field once more. In quantum physics, we understand that everything is energy and possibility. Your desires already exist as potentials in this quantum field. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are aligning yourself with the version of reality where your desire is fulfilled. Understand that you are not creating something from nothing. You are selecting a reality from infinite possibilities. Your job is to align your consciousness with the reality you desire to experience. Now let us discuss the power of your focus. Where you place your attention is where you direct your energy. When you seek repayment from the universe, you are focusing on the reality of your desire fulfilled. You are directing your energy towards its manifestation. Be mindful of where you're placing your focus. Are you focusing on what you lack, on what's wrong in your life? Or are you focusing on the reality of your desire fulfilled? Remember, what you focus on expands. In conclusion, remember that the universe is about to repay you for everything you thought was lost. This repayment is not something external to you, but a shift in your consciousness. As you align with the state of having received this repayment, as you live from this assumption, you will find your outer world reshaping itself to match your inner state. Trust in the law. Have faith in your own divine nature. And above all, persist in the state of knowing that your desires are already fulfilled. For in doing so, you are exercising your divine creative power and shaping your reality according to your will. Go forth and create consciously, for the power is within you. The entire universe is at your command. You need only to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and allow your good to flow to you. And so it is. Letting go is not about surrendering to external circumstances or resigning yourself to fate. It is about releasing your attachment to limited beliefs and embracing the limitless potential within you. It is about recognizing that you are not a helpless victim of life, but the very creator of your reality. Let us begin by understanding the nature of the universe. The universe is not something outside of you. It is consciousness itself. And you are that consciousness individualized. Your thoughts, your feelings, your very being are expressions of this universal consciousness. When you truly grasp this concept, you realize that trusting the universe is not about putting your faith in something external. It is about trusting in the divine power within you. It is about aligning yourself with the infinite wisdom and creative force that flows through you at every moment. Now you might be wondering, if I am the creator of my reality, why do I need to let go and trust? This is an excellent question, and it brings us to a crucial point. Letting go is not about relinquishing control. It is about releasing your attachment to how things should unfold. You see, your conscious mind, with its limited perspective, often tries to control every aspect of your life. It worries, it plans, it struggles, but in doing so, it often creates resistance and blocks the natural flow of creative energy. Letting go means surrendering to your higher self, to the infinite intelligence within you that knows far more than your conscious mind ever could. It means trusting that this higher wisdom will bring about your desires in ways far more wonderful than you could have imagined. Consider for a moment, have you ever noticed that when you stop obsessing over a problem, the solution often appears effortlessly? This is the power of letting go. When you release your mental grip on a situation, you allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work through you. But let me be clear, letting go is not passive. It is not about sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It is an active state of trust and alignment. It is about maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when your senses deny it. This brings us to a fundamental principle, the law of assumption. This law states that if you assume a state and persist in it, it must manifest in your physical reality. When you let go and trust the universe, you are assuming the state of one who knows their desires are already fulfilled. Imagine for a moment that you have a dear friend who lives in another city. You don't constantly worry about whether this friend exists. You don't anxiously wait for proof of their existence. You simply know they are there. This is the kind of knowing you must have about your desires when you let go and trust the universe. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Neville, how can I assume my desire is fulfilled when my current reality shows me the opposite? This, my dear friends, is where faith comes in. But not blind faith, faith based on understanding the law. You see, your physical reality is nothing more than the outpicturing of your past assumptions. It is the harvest of seeds you have previously sown in your consciousness. To change your reality, you must plant new seeds. You must assume a new state of being. When you let go and trust the universe, you are planting these new seeds. You are assuming the state of one who already has what they desire. And as you persist in this state, your outer world has no choice but to conform to this new inner conviction. This is the true meaning of the biblical phrase, let go and let God. It is not a call to passivity. It is an instruction to release your limited, egoic control and allow the divine creative power within you to express itself fully. Now let us address a common misconception about letting go. Many believe that letting go means no longer desiring something, but this is not the case at all. You can let go while still maintaining your desire. In fact, your desire is crucial, for it is the seed of creation. What you are letting go of is not the desire itself, but the anxiety, the doubt, the need to control how it manifests. You are letting go of the belief that you are separate from your desire, that it is something you need to get or achieve. Instead, you are embracing the truth that you are one with your desire. It is already yours in consciousness. Your job is simply to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with this truth. Think of it like this. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't stand over it every day, worrying about whether it will grow. You don't dig it up repeatedly to check on its progress. You plant it, water it, and trust in the natural process of growth. The same applies to your desires. When you let go and trust the universe, you are allowing the seeds of your desires to grow naturally without the interference of doubt or anxiety. Now let us explore the concept of divine timing. Often when we hold tightly to our desires, we create resistance. We try to force things to happen on our timeline. But the universe operates on its own divine timing, which is always perfect. When you let go and trust the universe, you are aligning yourself with this divine timing. You are saying, I know my desire is fulfilled, and I trust it will manifest in the perfect way at the perfect time. This trust allows for possibilities beyond what your limited mind can conceive. It opens you up to synchronicities, to coincidences that are actually the universe orchestrating the fulfillment of your desire. Remember, the intelligence that keeps your heart beating and the planets orbiting is infinitely more capable of bringing about your desire than your conscious mind. When you let go and trust, you are allowing this infinite intelligence to work on your behalf. Now, let us address the role of action in letting go and trusting the universe. Some mistakenly believe that letting go means doing nothing, but this is not the case. Letting go is about inspired action, not forced action. When you are in a state of trust, aligned with the universe within you, you will feel naturally inspired to take certain actions. These actions will not feel like struggle or effort. They will feel natural, even inevitable. Follow these inspirations. They are the bridge of incidents leading to the manifestation of your desire. But remember, the actions themselves are not creating your desire. They are simply the means through which your desire, already fulfilled in consciousness, expresses itself in the physical world. Let us now discuss the importance of living in the end. When you let go and trust the universe, you are not waiting for something to happen in the future. You are living from the state of your wish fulfilled now. This state of living in the end collapses time. It brings your desire into the present moment, making its manifestation inevitable. Remember, in the realm of pure consciousness where all creation takes place, there is no time. Your desire is fulfilled the moment you assume the feeling of its fulfillment with conviction. Now, some of you might be wondering, how can I maintain this state of trust when my senses show me evidence to the contrary? This is a crucial question, and it brings us to the concept of persistence. Persistence doesn't mean constantly thinking about your desire or repeatedly visualizing it. It means persisting in the state of one who knows their desire is already fulfilled, especially when outer circumstances seem to contradict it. When doubts arise, when your senses try to convince you that your desire is not fulfilled, gently but firmly return to the state of trust. Remind yourself that your senses only show you the effects of past states of consciousness. Persist in your new state, and your senses will eventually reflect this new reality. Let us now explore the concept of revision in relation to letting go and trusting the universe. Revision is the art of reimagining past events in a way that aligns with your desired reality. This is crucial because your subconscious mind draws upon your memories to create your current experience. When you revise your past, you are literally rewriting the script of your life. You are creating a path that naturally leads to your desired present and future. This practice of revision, combined with letting go and trusting, creates a powerful alignment in your consciousness. Now let us address the concept of everyone is you pushed out. This principle states that everyone in your world is a reflection of your consciousness. The way people treat you, the opportunities that come your way, even the seemingly random events in your life, all are reflections of your state of being. When you let go and trust the universe, you naturally begin to see others differently. You see them as playing their perfect part in the divine unfolding of your desire. This shift in perception allows for miraculous changes in your relationships and circumstances. Let us now discuss the importance of gratitude in letting go and trusting the universe. Gratitude is not just a polite sentiment. It is a powerful creative force. When you are truly grateful, you are acknowledging the presence of your desire in your life. You are affirming its reality even before it manifests in the physical realm. As you let go and trust, cultivate a deep sense of gratitude. Be thankful not just for what you can see and touch, but for the unseen blessings that are even now unfolding in your life. Give thanks for the wisdom that guides you, the love that surrounds you, and the power that resides within you. Now let us address the concept of the Sabbath. The Sabbath, in this context, is not about a particular day or day to week, but about a state of mind. It is a state of complete rest from all effort, a state of knowing that your work is done. When you let go and trust the universe, you enter this Sabbath state. You rest in the certainty that your desire is already fulfilled. In this state, you no longer feel the need to make your desire happen, because you know it is already done. Let us explore the concept of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean not caring about your desire. It means releasing your anxious attachment to how or when it will manifest. When you're anxiously attached to an outcome, you are actually affirming the absence of your desire. True detachment comes from the deep knowing that your desire is already yours in consciousness and therefore must manifest in your physical reality. It's a state of calm certainty of knowing the law is at work, even when you can't see the evidence yet. Now let us discuss the power of your imagination in letting go and trusting the universe. Your imagination is not mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is God in action within you. It is the creative power through which all things are made. When you let go and trust, you are free to use your imagination to its fullest potential. You can imagine your desire fulfilled without the interference of doubt or anxiety. And as you dwell in this imaginal state, you are literally reshaping the substance of your reality. Let us address the importance of self-love in this process. Many people struggle to let go and trust because they don't believe they are worthy of their desires. But I tell you now, worthiness has nothing to do with it. You are worthy because you exist. You are God's creation, and God only creates perfection. Cultivate self-love as you let go and trust. Know that you are deserving of all good things simply because you are. This self-love creates a powerful foundation for manifesting your desires. Now, let us explore the concept of the law of reversed effort. This law states that the harder you try to achieve something, the more you push it away. This is why letting go and trusting is so powerful. It allows you to align with the natural flow of creation without the interference of struggle or forced effort. Think of it like this when you're learning to swim. If you thrash about frantically, you'll sink. But if you relax and trust the water to hold you up, you float effortlessly. The same principle applies to manifesting your desires. Let us discuss the role of silence and letting go and trusting the universe. After you have done your imaginal work, after you have assumed the feeling of your desire fulfilled, there comes a time for silence. This silence is not just external but internal. It is a cessation of all inner chatter about your desire. In this silence, you allow the seed of your desire to take root and grow. You do not dig it up repeatedly to check on its progress. You trust in the law, knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality. Now let us address the concept of living in the end once more. When you let go and trust the universe, you are not hoping for something to happen in the future. You are experiencing your desire as a present fact. This state of living in the end collapses time and brings your desire into the present moment. Remember, in the realm of imagination, where all creation takes place, there is no time. Your desire is fulfilled the moment you assume the feeling of its fulfillment with conviction. The time it takes for this to appear in your physical reality is determined by your faith and your persistence in the assumed state. Let us explore the concept of the observer effect in quantum physics. In the quantum world, the act of observing something changes. Your observation, your consciousness, affects the behavior of subatomic particles. This principle applies to your life as well. When you let go and trust the universe, you are choosing to observe your reality from the perspective of your desire fulfilled. This observation literally shapes your reality at a quantum level, bringing your desire into manifestation. Now let us discuss the importance of feeling in this process. Feeling is the secret. It's not enough to intellectually know that your desire is possible or even to visualize it clearly. You must feel the reality of it. When you let go and trust, you allow yourself to fully feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude of your desire fulfilled. These elevated emotions are the fuel that gives life to your manifestations. They align you with the frequency of your desire, speeding up its realization in your physical reality. Let us address the concept of resistance once more. Resistance is anything that blocks the flow of your desired reality into your experience. It often shows up as doubt, fear, or worry. When you let go and trust, you release this resistance. Remember, what you resist persists. By letting go of resistance, you allow the natural flow of creation to bring about your desire effortlessly. Now let us explore the concept of the quantum you. The quantum you is the version of that exists in the field of all possibilities. It's the you that has already achieved everything you desire. When you let go and trust, you are aligning yourself with this quantum version of you. Understand that you're not trying to become something you're not. You're aligning with the version of you that already exists in the quantum field. You're shifting your consciousness to match that reality. Let us discuss the power of your words once more. Your words are not just sounds or symbols. They're creative forces. They're declarations to the universe. When you let go and trust, your words naturally align with your desired reality. Speak as though you are already what you desire to be. Use phrases that affirm the reality of your desire. Remember, your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Make sure you're planting seeds of what you want to grow in your life. Now let us address the importance of patience in this process. Patience in this context is not passive waiting. It is active trust in the law. It is knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality, and allowing that manifestation to unfold in its perfect timing. When you let go and trust, you cultivate this kind of active patience. You know that your desire is manifesting, even if you can't see the evidence yet. You trust in the perfect unfolding of the universe. Let us explore the concept of the present moment once more. The present moment is your point of power. It's the only place where you can make changes, where you can choose your thoughts and emotions. When you let go and trust, you anchor yourself in this present moment. Many people live their lives either dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when you do this, you're not using your power to create. You're letting your past or your imagined future control your present. Letting go and trusting brings you into alignment with the power of now. Now let us discuss the role of forgiveness in letting go and trusting the universe. Holding on to resentment, anger, or blame keeps you energetically tied to past experiences. It keeps you vibrating at a lower frequency, attracting more experiences that match that lower energy. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened or letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the energetic burden of negative emotions. It's about choosing to vibrate at a higher frequency. As you let go and trust, practice forgiveness of others and of yourself. Let us address the concept of divine order. When you let go and trust the universe, you are aligning yourself with divine order. You are recognizing that there is a perfect unfolding of events, even if you can't see it from your limited perspective. Trust in this divine order. Know that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't appear that way on the surface. This trust allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the face of apparent setbacks or challenges. Now let us explore the concept of allowing. Allowing is the opposite of forcing. When you let go and trust, you are in a state of allowing. You are opening yourself up to receive all the good that the universe has for you. Allowing doesn't mean being passive. It means being receptive. It means being open to possibilities beyond what your limited mind can conceive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best path to the fulfillment of your desires. Let us discuss the importance of self-awareness in this process. To truly let go and trust, you must be aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. You must be able to catch yourself when you slip into doubt or anxiety and consciously choose to return to a state of trust. Cultivate this self-awareness through practices like meditation, journaling, or simply taking time for quiet reflection. The more aware you are of your inner state, the more effectively you can maintain a state of letting go and trusting. Now let us address the concept of surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood as giving up or admitting defeat. But in the context of letting go and trusting the universe, surrender is a powerful act of alignment. It is surrendering your limited, egoic control to the infinite wisdom of the universe within you. When you surrender in this way, you are not becoming powerless. On the contrary, you are aligning yourself with the most powerful creative force in existence. You are allowing this force to work through you unimpeded by doubt, fear, or limited thinking. Let us explore the concept of faith once more. Faith is not blind belief. It is not hoping for the best while fearing the worst. True faith is a knowing beyond physical evidence. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When you let go and trust the universe, you are exercising this kind of faith. You are knowing the reality of your desire with such conviction that you no longer need physical proof. This unwavering faith moves mountains. It parts seas. It transforms the very fabric of your reality. Now let us discuss the importance of your self-concept in this process. Your self-concept is the sum total of your beliefs about who you are. When you let go and trust, you are adopting a self-concept of someone who is one with the creative power of the universe. See yourself as a divine being capable of creating any reality you desire. Know that you are not separate from the universe, but an individualized expression of it. This elevated self-concept naturally aligns you with the fulfillment of your desires. Let us address the concept of resistance once more. Resistance often arises when we try to control every aspect of our reality. When you let go and trust, you release this resistance. You allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work out the details of how your desire will manifest. Remember, your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to hold the vision of your desire fulfilled and to maintain the feeling of its reality. The universe will take care of the how in ways far more wonderful than you could have imagined. Now let us explore the concept of the law of attraction in relation to letting go and trusting. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. When you let go and trust, you naturally raise your vibration. You align yourself with the frequency of your desire. This elevated vibration attracts experiences, people, and circumstances that match it. You become a magnet for the fulfillment of your desires, effortlessly drawing to you what you need for their manifestation. Let us discuss the role of gratitude once more. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a state of being. When you let go and trust, you naturally enter a state of gratitude. You are grateful not just for what you have, but for what is coming. This state of gratitude is incredibly powerful. It aligns you with the abundance of the universe. It opens you to receive even more blessings. Practice gratitude not from a place of lack, hoping to receive, but from a place of fullness, knowing you already have. Now let us address the concept of divine timing once more. Often, when we hold tightly to our desires, we create resistance to their natural unfolding. We try to force things to happen on our timeline. But the universe operates on its own divine timing, which is always perfect. When you let go and trust, You align yourself with this divine timing. You release the need to control when or how your desire will manifest. You trust that it will come at the perfect time in the perfect way. Let us explore the concept of unity consciousness. When you let go and trust, you are recognizing your oneness with the universe. You are understanding that there is no separation between you and what you desire. It is already yours because you are one with all that is. This understanding of unity consciousness dissolves the illusion of lack. It aligns you with the infinite abundance of the universe. From this state of oneness, manifestation becomes effortless and natural. Now let us discuss the importance of detachment once more. Detachment is not indifference. It is not a lack of desire. Detachment is the state of knowing that your desire is already yours in consciousness, and therefore you do not need to anxiously pursue it in the physical world. When you are detached in this way, you are free from the fear of not getting what you want. You are free from the anxiety of when or how it will come. This freedom allows you to enjoy the present moment fully while still holding the vision of your desire fulfilled. Let us address the concept of allowing once more. Allowing is the opposite of forcing. When you let go and trust, you are in a state of allowing. You are opening yourself up to receive all the good that the universe has for you. Allowing doesn't mean being passive. It means being receptive. It means being open to possibilities beyond what your limited mind can conceive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best path to the fulfillment of your desires. Now let us explore the concept of the mirror principle. This principle states that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. When you let go and trust, you are creating an inner state of peace, confidence, and certainty. This inner state will inevitably be reflected in your outer experiences. Understand that as you change your inner world, your outer world must change to match it. This is not wishful thinking. It is the operation of universal law. Let us discuss the role of patience once more. Patience in this context is not passive waiting. It is active trust in the law. It is knowing that what is done in consciousness must manifest in reality and allowing that manifestation to unfold in its perfect timing. When you let go and trust, you cultivate this kind of active patience. You know that your desire is manifesting, even if you can't see the evidence yet. You trust in the perfect unfolding of the universe. Now let us address the importance of self-love in this process once more. Self-love is not vanity or egotism. It is a recognition of your true worth as a divine being. When you truly love yourself, you naturally align with the fulfillment of your desires. As you let go and trust, cultivate deep self-love. Know that you are worthy of all that you desire simply because you exist. This self-love creates a powerful foundation for manifesting your desires. Let us explore the concept of the quantum field once more. In quantum physics, we understand that everything is energy and possibility. Your desires already exist as potentials in this quantum field. When you let go and trust, you are aligning yourself with the version of reality where your desire is fulfilled. Understand that you are not creating something from nothing. You are selecting a reality from infinite possibilities. Your job is to align your consciousness with the reality you desire to experience. Now, let us discuss the power of your focus. Where you place your attention is where you direct your energy. When you let go and trust, you are focusing on the reality of your desire fulfilled. You are directing your energy towards its manifestation. Be mindful of where you're placing your focus. Are you focusing on what you lack, on what's wrong in your life? Or are you focusing on the reality of your desire fulfilled? Remember, what you focus on expands. Let us address the concept of resistance once more. Resistance often arises from a belief that we need to struggle or suffer to achieve our desires. But the universe doesn't require your struggle. It responds to your state of being. When you let go and trust, you release this resistance. You allow the natural flow of abundance and well-being to enter your life. You recognize that ease and joy are your natural state. Now, let us explore the concept of the law of assumption once more. This law states that if you assume a state and persist in it, it must manifest in your physical reality. When you let go and trust, you are assuming the state of one who knows their desires are already fulfilled. As you persist in this state, feeling its reality and living from it, your outer world must conform to match this inner state. This is not wishful thinking. It is the operation of universal law. Let us discuss the importance of your words once more. Your words are not just sounds or symbols. They are creative forces. They are declarations to the universe. When you let go and trust, your words naturally align with your desired reality. Speak as though you are already what you desire to be. Use phrases that affirm the reality of your desire. Remember, your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe. Make sure you're planting seeds of what you want to grow in your life. Now let us address the concept of divine order once more. When you let go and trust the universe, you are aligning yourself with divine order. You are recognizing that there is a perfect unfolding of events, even if you can't see it from your limited perspective. Trust in this divine order. Know that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it doesn't appear that way on the surface. This trust allows you to remain calm and centered, even in the face of apparent setbacks or challenges. Let us explore the concept of the Sabbath state once more. The Sabbath state is a state of rest, of knowing that your work is done. When you let go and trust, you enter this Sabbath state. You rest in the knowing that your desire is already fulfilled. This state of rest allows the seed of your desire to germinate without interference. It's a state of trust, of letting go, of allowing the universal forces to work on your behalf. Now let us discuss the power of your imagination once more. Your imagination is not mere fantasy. It is the very substance of reality. When you let go and trust, you free your imagination to create without the limitations of doubt or fear. Use your imagination to experience your desires already fulfilled. See it, feel it, live it in your mind's eye. As you do this, you are literally reshaping the substance of your reality. In conclusion, remember that letting go and trusting the universe is not about relinquishing your power. It is about aligning with the infinite power within you. It is about recognizing that you are one with the creative force of the universe and allowing that force to express itself fully through you. Trust in the law. Have faith in your own divine nature. And above all, persist in the state of knowing that your desires are already fulfilled. For in doing so, you are exercising your divine creative power and shaping your reality according to your will. Go forth and create consciously, for the power is within you. The entire universe is at your command. You need only to let go, trust, and allow your good to flow to you. And so it is.